Bills. Truebill, baby. From forgone free trials to automatic renewals, but these big companies keep charging you. Truebill is your secret weapon to save you money on subscriptions you don't need. Did you all know this? That Truebill is the new app that helps you identify and stop paying for subscriptions you don't need, want, or simply forgot about. On average, people save up to $720 a year with Truebill because companies make subscriptions hard to cancel. You gotta go through 5 different web pages, call 3 different people, receive a text, verify yourself in 2 ways, and then mail something to that. Truebill makes it incredibly simple. Just link all your accounts and Truebill will cancel your unwanted subscriptions in one tap. Just like that. And your Truebill concierge is there when you need them to cancel unwanted subscriptions so you don't have to. Speaking from experience and someone that has signed up for a bunch of odd trials for a bunch of weird things, Truebill has helped me cancel those and save myself a little bit of cash. Truebill has over 2 million users and has helped them save over $100 million. I'm not the best at math, but I think the math checks out that there are a lot of people now saving a lot of money thanks to Truebill. Just like Matthew B., who says,
in a matter of seconds, I save $660 for the year on my DirecTV bill, save $120 on the year on my SiriusXM bill, and saved $840 a year on my car insurance.
Wow, Matthew B., you seem like a very handsome person now that you're saving all this money. And you too at home can be handsome and save money by using Truebill. Don't fall for subscription scams. Start canceling today at truebill.com/bomb. Go right now, truebill.com/bomb. It could save you thousands a year. You could be like Matthew B. and all his savings.
Yeah, be like me, Matthew B., and save all this money!
Welcome to the Giant Bombcast, episode 743, and I'm happy that I got all these people around me. Happy belated Juneteenth and Daddy's Day to those that celebrate. Today, I'm joined by a bunch of daddies of differing definitions. I'm your host, Jan Ochoa, not to be a daddy, but I got that daddy mentality. I got that dad bod build unintentionally. We got father of the game morning mess, Jeff Grubb.
Hey, how's it going, Jan? I'm feeling pretty good.
I'm feeling good. I saw you went for a dip in the pool or before this.
I promised. I've been promising the girls for like a couple days now. Yeah, I'll get the pool. It got kind of like muggy in the last couple days, but then today it was very sunny and nice. So I'm like, I got it out, filled it up, and then I sat in it myself. I got shorts that have meeps on them. I was at Walmart and they had lobsters on it, and I couldn't find them. Meeps. Yeah, my daughter calls anything that's a crustacean is a meep, but then anything cute is also a meep. But I couldn't find them, and it turned out she had taken them and put them in a drawer and like tucked in all her meeps with my shorts.
With the meep shorts.
Yes,
meep shorts.
I found them
out
there and cooled off.
We have the cutest father in Hot Atlanta, Jason A. Stryker.
Oh, that's me, the cutest. I don't know about that, but
I know about that.
It is hot in Hot Atlanta. Let me tell you, Jesus Christ, it's like over 100. I'm sick of it. I'm done with it. Yeah.
Ugh. Yeah.
Fun.
It got like 75 yesterday, and I was melting, and I was.
Oh my
having a
God,
bad
Jan,
time.
are you okay?
I was not okay. I had so many cold beverages, and we got our doggy daddy in the house. Damn,
Doggy
Riker.
daddy.
Woof woof.
That's me. I have 2 dogs, and I am their father. Not for shoot. Like I'm like their working father.
Right.
Yeah. Oliver and Pippa are Gizmo's legit dog parents. I can't give birth to dogs.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that you've told
Try
the
as you
dogs.
might.
Yeah, you've never tried. Yeah.
No, absolutely.
Good. All right.
How was everyone's weekend? You have a good Father's Day? Did y'all do anything to celebrate? Dan, I know Paul was in town, and then y'all go get some beef-fast, buy each other ties or anything? Like what
Buy
do
each other
people do?
No, we
Like,
got drunk
that's a
in New
Father's
York
Day
City
thing.
we got drunk in New York City with Mike Mahardy and sang karaoke.
Oh, that sounds like a lovely time.
It's a good time.
I don't know about Mike Mahardy's singing voice, but I'm assuming he almost has the voice of an angel.
No. My friend Annabelle was the one who had the good voice that night. Mike, I think, was just trying to be as weird as possible because my dad is very wary of him. Because he's always, whenever my dad runs into him, Mike's drunk and being very weird and doing weird voices and characters. And my dad's just like, I just don't know about that Mike Mahardy. So I think Mike was really.
Is there any chance that Mike Mahardy is just weird? Is there any possibility that
yeah.
It's
that's
not a chance.
100%.
It's for sure. But like, I know Mike enough to where I know when he's being especially weird.
Right.
And he was singing real weird a good chunk of that night. Yeah.
Wow.
This is one of my favorite Mahardy stories, but I remember one PAX, we were at a bar, and then, you know, like the normal lull in the conversation happened, and then he looks at me like abruptly and goes, Jan, I know I have small ears, okay? And then I didn't bring up anything about the size of his ears. It didn't come up in conversation at all. I don't think I was even looking at Mahardy. I think I did the awkward thing where I like look at my cup and then look around. And it's like, and then he just like had to address that insecurity. So Mike Mahardy, don't worry, your ears are not too small. They're perfectly sized, buddy.
lovely ears? Yeah,
No, they're too small.
They're
Creeps me out.
Yeah.
Jason,
No good.
grab any Daddy Day celebrations for y'all?
I got a Chicago style pizza because that's my favorite thing. That's about it, though.
Okay, what are we talking in the Chicago style pizza?
A deep dish with sauce
Like
on top.
Giordano's?
Yes, absolutely.
I know that's like the tourist Chicago place, but
Yeah.
it is really good. Giordano's is just like a giant bowl of peas.
A bowl of peas?
Fantastic.
What?
Cheese, not
Cheese.
peas. What do you take us for?
You know what I learned
Christ.
over the weekend? That capers are pickled peas.
Pickled
It's
peas.
like caper.
Caper, it's
I
like
did not
They
know
look
that.
really hard.
they put them on like lox bagels, Dan. It's like the little green bits that are like salty.
Now,
and
what's a
stuff.
lox bagel? Is what you're
I've
Dan's supposed to
never.
say.
I don't know what a lox bagel is.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
I saw them. I've always seen them on the menu, but I've always been like, look, I just get my bagel. I
You
get
probably
my
wouldn't like it.
One thing I miss about San Francisco bagels is, well, on the whole, I think the thing about East Coast bagels being better is true. On the West Coast and Midwest, they do cheese bagels. They like Asiago bagels are a big thing. When we used to get them at the office, I would always grab a nice Asiago bagel.
Yeah.
Here, you don't see the cheese bagels really. I think the bread overall is better, but I want more cheese.
Weird. Is that like anti-bagel or traditional bagel? Is that new age bagel?
It's like putting ketchup on a hot dog or something, or I don't get
I don't
it.
know, because they'll do weird stuff here that I haven't seen, like French toast bagels. I get those all the time here, and I never saw those out west.
Sounds really
But
good.
yeah, I think they're anti-cheese over here. I mean, the cream cheese, you can go to town on that, but that's not like I'm thinking normal sprinkly shredded cheese. You know, they don't have that.
Yeah.
Sprinkled cheese.
A lox bagel, Dan, is smoked salmon, cream cheese, and then like generally red onions and capers.
Yeah.
See, you had me until the onions and capers. I think that's I probably saw that listed on a chalkboard somewhere, and I was like, like the salmon idea, like the cream cheese, onions and capers. I don't know what that is, so I probably backed away.
Dan, are you a sushi guy at all? I don't think I know this. Okay.
Yeah, I like sushi a lot. It took me a while to, I was like in college when I tried it the first time, but yeah, it's awesome. I love
It's
sushi.
fun when it comes on the boat. When the boat is just like swimming by and you take the sushi off there. I mean, it's just fun. They know what they're
It feels
doing.
like a Mario Party mini game because you got to sometimes they're color coded and you got to choose which one you're grabbing. You got to kind of time it. It's fun.
Oh my God! They opened up a bullet train sushi joint in Daly City, and it's pretty good. But they charge you by the plate, right? The different colored plates, like a Mario Party thing. And this group of bros was sitting next to my partner and I, and my partner and I, we'd been there before, so we kind of knew the price breakdown of everything, because like some plates are like $7.
Good Lord.
And then these bros, they just went in, and these were like frat college alpha bros, because they were just nothing in tanks. They had the drawstring backpacks like they just came from the gym.
Oh, jeez.
And then when they got served their bill, their faces just sunk, and they were like, "Oh no!
They had no idea.
How are we gonna pay for all this?"
How do they think it works?
Right.
I think they
Like it's a buffet or something?
I think they thought it must have been like a buffet style. Maybe it's like, oh, let's just keep taking these plates. They were too.
impression of a frat bro.
See, that's the difference between me and a frat boy is
That is the
when I
difference.
don't understand something, I just don't go in. I didn't know how to order coffee for a long time, so I would just like
still
not
don't.
go into a cafe. So, but like, yeah, eventually you figure the stuff out and you're fine. But like, I would just have anxiety about it, and they're like, no, bro, it's just like a buffet. I guarantee it. And everyone else around them's like, well, I'm convinced. Let's go eat as much as we can. So. Yeah.
I'm with you, Grub, on the coffee thing because like I drink coffee now. We have like a maker thing where you put the pods in and it squirts out. But like if I ever have to go into a place, I just kind of freak out and I don't know what any of them mean. I don't know which one's a dark one. I don't know which one's a tiny little espresso super caffeine thing or which one's a giant icy milky thing or
I don't want to look like an idiot or let anyone down. So I
don't want to bother. Yeah, I don't like. My thing is I don't like bothering people who aren't getting paid a lot to work in service jobs. So I'm just like, I'll just have an espresso, please, and then I just get my tiny little thing and leave. So as little work as possible is my thing.
As someone that used to work in a coffee shop, I completely understand this fear. And as someone that goes to coffee shops frequently, I still have that panic because then one time I just asked for an Americano, and then like the guy just like is like clicking and like licking his teeth and goes like, you want a Cano today, huh, bro? A good old Cano. I'm like,
I'm like, okay, please don't comment on my order, please.
Like, don't call it a Cano. What is this?
Do the kids still say "za" for pizza?
Za?
I don't think kids ever said that. I think I was only ever
the
in
youngsters.
movies.
The youngsters. I mean, the 20-year-olds.
The 20-year-olds.
I've known youngsters that said "za" some years ago, but I don't know if they still do.
I'm in the 30 club now, so I don't know if people say za.
I think pizza pie. I think we're gonna get a pie is back. People say pie.
Pie?
Again.
That's an easy. Wow. I think I never once heard that until I lived on the East Coast. The pie thing. So you get a pizza, or I'll get 3 pizzas. Not like, I'll go get a couple pies.
I'm not saying this is a thing that was happening when we were younger, but like I think it's back. I think
it's
same pie is back. Yeah.
You know what else is back? This is one of those questions that prompts something. This is like a pivot.
Are we supposed to guess, or is it rhetorical?
Grub, didn't we talk about this? Like the different types of questions?
Yes.
I never found an answer for the third one.
What was the third one? What was the like where you know the answer to the question you're going to ask? Like, is that a rhetorical question? I think that counts as rhetorical.
It counts as a rhetorical question?
You're not actually asking us because you want an answer. You've got a thing in your head that you're moving towards. That's rhetorical. You don't need an answer.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, you know what? In this case, I am the dad because I'm driving the little sedan we're in. But
giant bomb minivan, baby. Giant bomb minivan.
This morning, my partner, before we get to the games, my partner called me a mid-sized sedan, and I don't know if that was like a compliment or not.
There's parts of it that definitely are a compliment, but
mid-sized
you're
sedans
reliable.
You're reliable. You're comfy, probably.
You got a
isn't mid
sizable
bad
trunk.
With the kids? Isn't mid? But MJF always says mid, and I thought he was just being weird. And I didn't think that's the thing the kids say on TikTok. Are things described as mid?
Mid is bad,
like
right?
The word I heard the most in like the last month. I thought it was like on the way out, and then in the last month, I've heard it like 50 times, like on each podcast of like that has anyone who's like below the age of 30 right now. So
okay, I thought MJF started it.
That Xbox showcase very mid, according to the kids.
Was it mid? I don't think he was
I thought
mid.
It was fine. Well, you know what? Actually, I think I would give it a 3 out of 5. Actually, but whatever. It was. So yeah, maybe I think it's mid.
I feel like 2 out of 5 is mid, but I think Dan, if someone just says mid, then that is bad. But if it's like describing the size of something, then it's fine.
Okay, then it's not bad size sedan. It just means it's a middle of the road size sedan.
Yeah.
So you just answered your own question. You're fine. That's a compliment.
Yeah. It's good stuff.
We were talking about pizza, and I know we're a group of 4 dudes. I think we all enjoy pizza, but there's another group of 4 dudes that enjoy pizza. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, that was good.
See, there we go. Shredder's Revenge. Is that the subtitle? Shredder's Revenge.
Shredder's Revenge. Yep.
Shredder Strikes Back.
How many times has he died? How many times has he died? He died in the end of the first movie, because when the hand came out, and then you could say the traditional Shredder died at the end of 2 before he turned into
Super Shredder.
Kevin Nash. Yeah. Has he
now,
died
what about the end of the
then?
Archie comics, Dan? We're not going to be able to figure this out.
Shredder in Archie comics?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in Archie comic. Like, there's so much Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles content. There's like 7 cartoons or something.
Archie gets around.
Archie's just a hamburger guy, right?
He's friends with a hamburger guy.
Okay, so those dorks hung out with the turtles, or is this like, were they on their label or something?
I won't pretend to know the answer to that. I think it might have been on their. They hung out. Yes. Okay. Then yes, they hung out.
It was a Jetsons Flintstone situation where they inhabited the same physical space.
They do that a lot.
Scooby-Doo was there probably.
He hangs out with Sonic all the time.
You know what, Dan? The Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they hung out with the Power Rangers once.
In what? On whose show? Who was
Both.
who had the home?
There was a
Really?
crossover. Yeah, it was the Power Rangers in space, and they
Like
met
one
up.
episode was on Power Rangers and one episode,
Yep.
Whoa.
And then that's when they had the elusive lady turtle, Venus de Milo.
yeah.
Wait, are you? There was after the initial cartoon run, there was a lady turtle, but in the cartoon, like this is like 94 or so.
Mhm.
Is this what you're talking about, or is this like a later run?
No, this is a later
CG
run.
Turtles?
This is like live action turtles.
Oh, I need to
Yeah.
look this up.
Yeah, this is a good ep. It's a good ep. Not so much for the turtles because the turtles got brainwashed. But anyway, Shredder's Revenge. Jason, Jeff Grubb, you're playing this.
Yeah. Quite happily as well. Like,
Yes.
I can't say that I have a huge reverence for the original like 90s TMNT beat 'em ups like most other people do.
Okay.
I think they're really good, but like I don't know, I have a hard time going back to them, especially when like beat 'em ups nowadays are a little more complicated. You know,
Right.
Not necessarily in a bad way, just they offer a bigger move set. And juggling and shit and bouncing off the sides of the walls instead of getting thrown off screen. Anyway, I'm digging the hell out of this. This is definitely one of the better playing beat 'em ups that I've played in a long time. Like maybe even better than like Streets of Rage 4.
Whoa, that's exciting.
It's very exciting. There's not a huge difference in the like the movesets for the characters. They all pretty much share the same stuff besides like the damage that they do or the range or whatever. But there's a flow to this combat that it's like you can, mash X and do like a 4-hit combo, but then you can do your back your roll to like roll right into the next enemy and the hit like goes into like homing mode. It's super fluid. It's super fun. I dig it.
Are
So
you?
I played it
assume
through in
that
just one setting.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I assume the combat had to be a little more in depth because when I think of
Yeah.
like the the arcade game and Turtles in Time and all that, it's like a couple buttons
Right.
basically.
Yep.
But is there anything beyond that in terms of like is there any like River City Ransom type like progression or anything?
Yeah.
There's a
Or-
little bit of progression. Yeah. As you score, points, you'll unlock like additional super bars. You'll unlock additional life, things like that. So
Mhm.
yeah,
Does it
there's
carry over? Like, let's say, okay,
It
for
does.
instance, we're going to stream this tomorrow on the site. So, Jason, can you take your turtle from your other playthroughs and bring him in? He'll already be bumped up a bit.
yeah, he'll be level 10. Yeah.
Jason, did
I
you
could.
unlock any of the
Casey?
characters? Yes.
Yeah, I unlocked Casey. That's the main reason why I played it through
That's,
initially because I really
why
wanted.
I was doing it, because we're doing the 6-player threat, and I'm like, oh,
Yep.
okay, so someone's going to have to be split. Everyone's going to have to be one of the characters, but we had Casey. At least we'll have a little choice. Now you can be Casey during that. Okay,
I
awesome.
want to be Casey.
Yes, you should be Casey. Awesome, and I'll play as the Michelangelo that I've leveled up a little bit, so we can see that a little bit. So we can kind of
Donatello. Dibs.
okay.
That's
Okay.
fine.
Wow, we're already
Okay.
picking our characters. Awesome. Yeah. I'm right there with Jason. This is a lot of fun. I started on the Switch. It plays really well on the Switch, just fine. Then I moved over to the Steam Deck, so I was going to do the Casey Jones thing, so that for this quick look. But I think it knows exactly what it is, and yet it's still moving the beat 'em up genre forward just slightly by having having your iframes with your dodge, putting just enough combos on things, and then having that slight progression. Nothing is overwhelming. It's definitely still made for an audience that's just going to sit down, and maybe a lot of people haven't held a controller in a long time.
Yeah.
You're going to be able to sit down and have fun immediately. But then I think at the same time, if you are someone who wants to play these games over and over again, this is the thing that Streets of Rage 4 did really well. It is a fun game to play over and over again. This one seems like it's going to have that same stuff. And honestly, the most standout elements is it is goofy in the way that those Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and a lot of those beat 'em ups were at the time, where there's a ton of the Foot Clan just doing all kinds of weird stuff in the background. And when you go to a new stage, they're going to be doing something weird almost every single time. Not even just like
Playing
every time the
arcade
screen
cabinets
moves.
or Game Boys
Yes.
and such. Yeah.
Answering the phones at the TV news station and stuff like that. And then they see you. Okay, time to fight. And
Are they
I
always
don't
in
know,
full gear, even when they're just like cleaning arcade cabinets? They got full gear on?
Absolutely.
Hell
Yeah, they're
yeah.
all just looking like the Foot Clan. It's great. Sometimes they might have like a chef hat on top of their full gear and things
perfect.
like that. So
Perfect.
Love it.
it's just a kind of like delightful and a really good one of these. And I think what we've come to find out is that we really should not have like abandoned this genre in the way that we did when other sort of 3D action games became popular. Like, well, the beat 'em up, how much more can you do with that?
Yeah,
We've had
exactly.
a string of really great beat 'em ups, like not Streets of Rage 4. I like that Battletoads game. I know not everyone did, but I did. And then and this game, like there is some cool stuff happening here, and I'm really happy that we're getting it. I do feel like that maybe this is one of the peaks of the genre, though.
That's
Totally.
It's kind of surprising that this didn't happen more when like Castle Crashers made it big. That was like
I
2008,
agree.
Right.
and like that was a big hit, and like you didn't see a lot of. I mean, you saw like the Scott Pilgrim game on XBLA. There were a few, but I feel like you're kind of seeing them way more now.
Yes,
Yeah.
we're getting a string of them. Yeah, and even that didn't. Castle Crashers, they didn't even like make a sequel to that. They just sold that game for forever. So it's like,
yeah.
it was weird that we didn't get more based on that's the success of that, because that was very successful.
I think those devs tried to make another multiplayer game, but it was a little bit more involved. I forget. I think it was something Fury or something.
Chaos and so, what the hell was it?
What else?
They did Mercenary Kings Tribute. That's what you're talking about, right?
No, it may not have been the same devs. It might have been the same publisher or something.
Okay.
But God, I remember seeing Castle Crashers several PAXs and maybe even an E3 or two after that game had come out, like well before 2012. Is it?
Yeah. Maybe even before. Yeah, 2012
Castle
sounds
Crashers
right.
was 08. And they had Battle Block Theater in 2013.
Oh, yeah.
And they would have that at PAX every year. The Behemoth.
Yep.
This is
Yes.
Behemoth.
Yep. And Pit People in 2017. I don't even know. Heard of Pit People.
People was pretty good. Yeah. I didn't play through
Summer
it.
of
But
Arcade 2008. That's right. Yeah.
Action role-playing strategy game. Interesting.
Full Metal Furies is the game I was thinking of.
Oh, yeah, that's a different. Different.
That might have been a different developer. It was. Okay, cool.
But no, Tribute's done like Mercenary Kings. They've done Wizorb. They've done
Wizorb.
Flint Hook.
Right.
What the hell else? Jesus Christ.
Panzer Paladin. Did you say that
Panzer
one?
Paladin. Yep. That was very good too. So they've been doing really good sprite-based stuff for a while. So they got a pedigree.
But this is like on another level too.
Yep.
Like this is like better than anything they've ever done. The characters, they emote so well while also absolutely still having that pixelated low fi visuals, but like not super over animated, but over animated enough that it feels really alive.
Cool.
I'm into it. I am wondering when we do play this 6-player, how chaotic it's going to be. I think it's going to be a mess. Yes, but a fun mess. Yeah.
Is there friendly fire? Like, can we hurt each other? Is it like a and B double dragon thing?
No, we can do team up attacks, but no friendly fire.
We can do the thing, and I'm afraid don't just do this on spam. What people online apparently have been doing when you team up people is you can build up your meter to do your super by just doing your taunt.
Your taunt.
And so you could spam your taunt and you could build your meter right back up. And so people online will do their super like just nonstop. They will just spam their super, and that like causes everything to sort of pause for a second while you do that in some instances. Nice. And so it could be really grating. So I think maybe we should just like limit that a little bit when we're playing, so it's not impossible to watch. Or we could.
I played too many Nintendo 64 wrestling games to not taunt all the time whenever I get a chance.
Well, you can taunt as much as you want. Just like don't spam the super, maybe. But I don't know. Maybe we can also just try to spam the super.
Supers are so good though. They're so good.
So we're gonna try and do a quick look live tomorrow. 6 folks.
We gotta do it.
We got these 3 gents. We also got 3 more people on the bench, just in case. So who could you play as? You can play as the 4 Turtles, Casey,
4 Turtles,
April, and Splinter.
Okay, all right.
And all of those except for Casey are unlocked from the beginning, so you could play 6 players.
Dope.
Because there's no doubling up. I think when you're playing, you can't 2 people are Donatello or anything. So yeah,
somebody's gonna have to be Raph. Sorry,
I really like Raph.
There we go. You know what? You strike me as a Raph, Jan. Absolutely.
Thank you. That is the nicest thing anyone has said to me today.
A mid-sized sedan / Raphael.
He's not rude or crude.
But he's got attitude.
Yeah, I can occasionally have an attitude. I can get spicy when need be. Got 2 more questions actually. One, how is the music? I know we heard the Ghostface track.
Music is banging. Yeah, you've heard that. That's one of the voice tracks. There's probably 2 other voiced tracks.
Megaran.
That's right.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
shouts out to Megaran.
It's fantastic. Yeah, not even just the standout stuff, but like the voiced tracks, but just the normal stuff fits totally into that genre and that.
I was sitting on my stream and I was just like playing it in the background, and people were like, "Oh, just have this music playing while you're doing that." I'm like, "Yeah, absolutely."
Yep.
My second question is, I remember playing the Turtles arcade games and those being like very formative for me in just terms of just video games in general. Do y'all think this is like approachable enough for y'all's kids to like pick up? I know Jason like Griff has had a lot more experience with like games recently, and he's more tactile with stuff.
He was totally cool just sitting and watching, everything unfold. Yeah, he called me the game master. And my heart grew 3 times that day. It was Father's Day as well, so it's like, I'd made it.
Wow.
But no, he didn't feel like playing it. He just wanted to watch.
Cool.
Would the game fit in a skating rink? Because that's my memory of the first Turtles arcade game, is playing it at a skating rink all the time.
You need more than 4 buttons for sure.
Okay.
In the Midwest, most arcade machines existed in arcade rinks or in skating rinks, 100%. Right? Because that's where I played most of my arcade. That's where I played Street Fighter
and
2.
go-kart tracks, Malibu Grand Prix and Skateland South. That's where all my arcade gaming was.
Ooh, sounds good.
And my uncle worked at a Blimpie, and he would cycle in Mortal Kombat and NBA Jam. It was a Blimpie gas station, and he always had 1 pinball machine and 1 arcade machine. That's where I did all my Mortal Kombat and my NBA Jam.
Incredible.
Nice.
Lovely. Dan froze for me, so this is just a good stance we got going on.
I froze for you?
Oh my God, look at that. Yeah.
I got kicked out of the call.
For me, I don't know.
Yeah,
Discord might be being weird right now. Okay, now Dan's back.
I'm fine.
Dan's back now.
Yeah, it seems all right now.
All right. Okay. That sounds dope. I can't wait to check that out. I'm already feeling FOMO because we with more people now, we locked in the 6 pretty fast.
This could have been a cash grab, but it's certainly more than that. Like, there was a lot of love put into this. It seems that's great.
I mean, the thing is, everyone's doing now is like, what game should Dotemu do like this next? And like X-Men and X-Men Arcade, Simpsons would be fantastic. I mean, really,
good Simpsons one. They just did the one arcade beat 'em up, like there have been a million bad Simpsons games, but like as far as like everyone remembers that beat 'em up, and I don't think they've ever done any kind of follow up on that.
No, I don't think so.
No,
that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yes, that'd be fantastic.
Like a huge, 12 or 15 different Simpsons characters to play as, be like Skinner. That'd be fun as hell.
He just keeps walking its rakes.
Yeah. Sideshow Bob.
You know what? Oh, that's Sideshow Bob. I'm not up. Here's my shame to continue. I feel like folks like me until they learn more about me. Folks hate that I don't like Wallace and Gromit. I'm not. I've only watched like 2 seasons of The Simpsons, and then everything else is just goes over my head. Like all the wrestling gifs and captions that happen with Simpsons related things. I'm like, it'd be really fun if I understood that.
So like half of Botchamania you don't understand typically week to week.
Week to week. Yep, just goes over my head. But you know what I love though, and I've always had an experience with. I fucking love demos, y'all. I fucking love demos. Steam Next Fest. An obscene amount, and that's not a joke, it's just an actual obscene amount of demos hopped onto Steam. One of them specifically is maybe potentially one of the most Jason games ever.
Maybe
Jason, Midnight Fight Express, the one man game, one man dev game is semi out in a demo, and you've played it. You played it on UPF for a bit. What'd you think?
I loved the shit out of it. Yeah, this is a top-down isometric beat 'em up as well. Very weighty attacks, super fluid animation, and there's constant motion like just going on screen. So it's not just you're fighting one enemy at a time. They're kind of circling around you. It's got Arkham style combat as well. So you're hitting X with your regular attacks. You can charge those up, but then you're also doing counters and parries and stuff. There's weapons along the ground. There's shit to interact with, like pretty much strewn everywhere. It's very, very cool. I've been following the development their Twitter for seems like 2 years now, and it's just been amazing watching this kind of unfold. Like they've got weird pillow fight modes in there now. It's ridiculous, but there's a skill tree, lots of progression. And I was very, very happy because this is my first time getting hands-on with this.
Dope.
So just, as soon as I hit somebody for the first time and it felt that good, I'm like, yes.
You never forget the first time you hit someone.
Right?
Yeah. We played through a couple of those demos on that last UPF that you can check out, now available everywhere. One of them that I really enjoyed was Curse to Golf. Like a neat little golf game. I guess maybe platformer. So you get struck down by lightning, and you were you die, but you're sent to golf hell. And from there, you got to solve these golfing puzzles, and you have different types of hits. You got a wedge, an iron, and a driver. But from there, you are limited in the amount in your par. You can wind up knocking off statues to increase your par. There's also a card system in this where you can stop your ball midair, or you can do a practice shot. And I played through it a couple more times, and then it winds up having like a branching path, kind of like a roguelike rogue style game.
Sure.
And it's super cute. This is one of those games that makes me wish it was A, out, and B, that I had a fucking Steam Deck already, that I'm just waiting for the stupid Q3 email. I saw people are getting their Q2s. God damn it, Dan.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
It's now Grub's gonna pull it. Oh, okay.
Bundle it. I have the cursed golf demo on here right now, actually. I'm just gonna play a little bit.
God damn it.
Jason, did you pre-order a Steam Deck?
I did, and I think I'm Q3 as well, but I did. God, somebody hit me up yesterday asking if I wanted to buy theirs because they couldn't afford it right now. And I'm like, do I jump the line? Oh, what am I going to do with my other one? Shit.
Right.
You just pay it forward. You just sell it to someone else.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know.
Damn it.
What if nobody buys it?
They will. They will. They're still going for quite a bit, I think, on eBay and stuff. I mean, that's just to illustrate how in demand they are. I'm not saying that you're going to go out and scalp, but
no.
Yeah.
I don't do that.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're in demand.
Don't do that. Don't scalp.
Yep.
Something die? Did the stream die?
I'm not getting anything, but I see you. I see all you boys, but I don't see anything on the website anymore. It is give me the circle thing.
Interesting.
And we're back. We're back.
Okay.
Says everybody. Refresh.
Okay, that's
Internet's
see
going
that's
down.
that's what happens when you potentially think about scalping stuff. The stream just goes down. Sorry, Gabe, we won't do that.
We'll take you out.
Yeah. Another demo that I really enjoyed was Angerfoot. Rory played through that. It's like a first-person Hotline Miami-esque type of deal. You're just running through levels and just kicking people with your, I don't want to say gross foot, because I don't want to.
It looks like you have a Battletoads foot.
Yeah. Your
The whole thing
Battletoads
kind of
foot.
has a Battletoads vibe to it.
Yeah. Like a nice, you feed popcorn to your partner in that game or your girlfriend with your foot.
Yeah.
I don't think I got
it's
to that
amazing.
part.
It is.
Gross.
It's right at the beginning there. It's when you're sitting on the couch with her or whatever.
I must have skipped past that. I must have known that something bad was going to happen. Yeah, it's good. I love the look of it. It's by the guys that made Gorn, and so it's got that same kind of just beefy, weird characters and stuff. And it's fun every time you kick the door. I love that. My only gripe is it is like Hotline Miami in that you die really quick. But with Hotline Miami, at least you had that kind of like bird's eye perspective where you could see like, okay, this is where the guys are in the room, and I can kind of plan ahead. Whereas since this is first person, you kind of just kick the door, and every time it's your first time, it's like, well, let's just hope this goes all right, because you have no idea where the guys are, you know?
Right.
So it's a lot of like deaths where you feel like, oh, well, there's nothing I could have done for that, you know?
Yes. Twitch has completely died, yes?
Yeah, it looks like it's completely died. I'm just going to mark this real quick for myself.
Yes.
And then we can keep potting away as, okay, it looks like we came back.
Is it Twitch, you think? Because your like connection to us on Discord is perfect.
Yeah, I don't know.
The only thing I've noticed this whole time is Jason's call dropped and then came back. I haven't had any like freezes or anything.
It might be a restream dealio, actually.
Okay.
But I think we're back.
Yeah. Let's just keep going. We're
good. If you're watching live, holler at your boy. If
all we can
going.
Let's go forward.
Yeah, and then we'll just keep potting away. We'll try and fix this as we go on. Let's see. Anyone else check out any other demos from Steam Next Fest?
I wanted to get everyone's take, because I think 3 of the 4 of us played that Turbo Golf Racing. How's everyone feeling about that?
The game's awful. I mean, in last place. I don't get it.
Oh,
fucking A.
Is it awful because you did poorly, Jason, or is it awful? Okay.
Well,
I think I was having a good time with it. Jan got really, really good at it, though.
Yeah. Dan, did you like Rocket League at all?
Oh yeah, it's great.
Okay, yeah, it's pretty much that, but instead of passing the ball or kicking it down to a goal, you are shimmying it. That's not the right word. Down all the way to a golf hole, and everything, but similar trappings to Rocket League. I don't know how this
I like
is
Rocket
good
League,
legally.
and I like arcade golf games a lot.
Right, you
so,
get
yeah,
missiles
that
and you can
sounds right up my alley.
shoot the other racers and stuff with it. So yeah.
Great.
I don't know. It was cool. It was cool. I think once you get the hang of it, it is it's pretty fast paced in the same ways that Rocket League is. So I was having a good time with it.
Yeah,
Same here. Even though I was getting killed, but no, I was having a good time. It's good.
My one gripe with the game is that it's only 3 holes or 3 courses when you enter in like those multiplayer matches. I'd like them to just be like, just go the half
full
9 or full 9, full 18 or whatever. The other neat thing about this though is I never really understood the concept of flying in Rocket League. That was always something that eluded me.
Sure.
But here, when you grab some air, you just hit the X button, your gliders pop out, and then it's more intuitive to just fly and boost through that. So it's a little more fun. It makes me feel like I'm a pro or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
There's flying.
a lot happening there.
Getting used to. You had to jump, and then you had to know when to start and when to feather it. It was kind of once you figured it out, you could do it. But I remember trying to explain to several people how to fly in it, and it's it's kind of hard at first.
You have to feel like you're more like just like an engine with like a gyro but no wings in Rocket League, and here you get the wings and you really are just it feels like a plane. So
like in Rush 2049 when all the cars had the little wings that went out, and you do that stunt mode. That's how you do a flying car.
Yeah,
that's exactly
why don't all cars have little wings? You know, we're already halfway there with a spoiler on them. Some people have too big of a spoiler. Just give us little wings, even if they don't do anything.
Do you think life is going to be like San Francisco Rush 2049 in 27 years?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, I think so. I haven't played a Rush game in so long. No, the N64 version, it's going to be muddy and foggy and stuff. Yeah.
I just bought that 64 version. The box is all crappy. I got it from eBay, but I have it. I have a complete unboxed San Francisco Rush now.
I haven't played that game in forever. I might. I'm sure I got the Steam Deck. I might just play. Yeah, I'm going to put it on. I had so much fun with San Francisco Rush. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah. I think that was Rory's most played game ever. He had put an obscene amount of
San Francisco Rush. I love it, but that's a weird most played game.
I want to say because when Danny was still around doing Guilty Treasures, I think that was Rory's Guilty Treasure was San Francisco Rush. I if I'm misremembering that, I'm sorry. Something that a lot of people also tend to misremember is their memories of Sonic and whether or not they actually liked Sonic. Dan, you've put some time into Sonic Origins. What's the haps?
Yeah, it's definitely old Sonic games re-released again. You may remember it from all the other times they've done that. And remember the 3D. Remember they did it on 3DS. They re-released the Sonics, but made them kind of 3D. It's basically they've re-released these in a lot of different Genesis collections and stuff like that. So I feel like there's not a lot here to separate it from that, except they need to brand this better because it sounds like there's 4 games. It sounds like when you're going through the menu and stuff, there's Sonic 1, you got your Sonic 2, your Sonic 3, and Knuckles is how they say it, and then Sonic CD. But that's shortchanging it because Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles are 2 totally different games.
Right.
I know because I worked with Tim Turry and he used to talk about this at length. But Sonic 3
you were trying to go to the
Knuckles,
urinal and he's just like, all right, now let's talk about this.
I'm not even, you're not wrong at all. Yeah, I'm walking back with my macaroni trying to eat lunch and he's like, did you know that Sonic 3 and Knuckles is technically, okay. That's the name of it. If you take Sonic and Knuckles, you flip it up with the lock-on technology, you put your Sonic 3 in there. Yeah. Then you are playing Sonic 3 and Knuckles. But there are separate cards for Sonic and Knuckles and Sonic the Hedgehog 3. You can buy them individually. You don't require one or the other. They're 2 full-length Sonic games. So they are listed here as Sonic 3 and Knuckles, which is nice. It's a nice way to do it. But I feel like it makes it look like there are less games than there are, because really there's 5, and it kind of looks like there's 4. Anywho, it's got those and a Sonic CD. Sonic CD is the one with the anime and the singing and all that.
Yeah. Good music in that one.
Yeah, that's the thing. I always heard that was great, and I had a Sega CD. I don't know why I never got that because I always got all the other Sonics.
Oh yeah, that's great.
I want to go through that because that's the only 2D Sonic I really haven't gone through. But I've been playing.
Yeah, it was an underrated game, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to get to that for sure. I've been mainly playing. I've been doing 1, 2, 3, and Knuckles. And there's some wild stuff. Like you can play 1 with Tails or Knuckles because you remember Sonic and Knuckles could lock on with 3 and 2.
Right.
Yeah.
But not 1. So
you get this big tower
Knuckles.
of Genesis carts. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, put it on 32X and all that.
Yep.
But no, you couldn't do that in Sonic 1 initially. So now you can have Tails with you in Sonic 1. You can be Knuckles in Sonic 1. You can do the spin dash in Sonic 1, which that didn't come around until 2.
Is that not?
So it really does kind of change it up in some pretty significant ways, I would say. The thing I like the most, though, about playing the older games in this is it's 16:9. And so it's like, this is a game where it's almost like playing the old top-down GTAs where you'd be going really fast and all of a sudden it's like, oh, a wall came up that you can't see because of the perspective. Here it gives you a little bit more real estate to look at.
I wonder if I would like,
time.
that was always one of my issues with those games. I wonder if I would like that more. That sounds fantastic.
It helps because then you can see like, oh, there's some spikes coming up or whatever. You have a little more time to prepare for it. It also does little changes that you wouldn't think about where it's like, there were Robotnik bosses originally where it's like he would go left and right to the corners of the screen. You can kind of cheese it. If you would get in the corner and Sonic would just kind of bump up and down, you could, kill him in one little sequence there. Now he doesn't go all the way out to the edge because there's so much more real estate. So it actually kind of changes the way you kind of would normally play it. So just little things like that I noticed. But they add the usual kind of like anniversary type collection bullshit. Like there's like a museum mode and a mission mode and things like that. They've added like animated openings to all the games, which is just like, hey, here's a bunch of robots trapping bunnies or whatever.
On the visuals, is it equivalent? Because I haven't actually even looked at this. You know how in Super Mario Maker, like Mario Brothers 1 looks really good in 16:9 and they like really sharpen it up, but it still looks exactly like you remember, but it's just like, oh, now it's HD. Is it like that?
It looks identical to how I remember. And, I think it does have like
just with more screen, just more screen, not like up-resed or anything. I guess maybe it is a little bit.
No, there's not like remember like on a Xbox Live Arcade, they used to always do the like, smooth filter or whatever. And it would just look kind of weird.
Right. Yes.
No, this looks nice and pixely the way you would want it to. But yeah, it's probably way sharper than it actually was. But to my eyes, it doesn't look like they put like a Vaseline over it or
right. No, I know. Yeah. Like the Eagle 2X in the emulator or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah.
Totally. Another really smart thing they did was anniversary mode. So you can play the like classic mode, which is just like, hey, it's exactly the way it was before in terms of like lives and things like that. Anniversary mode is you just have infinite lives and you respawn at checkpoints. So it makes it feel like a much more modern thing because like, I don't know, platformers just don't have lives anymore,
Mm-hmm.
So that's nice. It makes it way less frustrating if it's like, okay, I just fell on a bullshit spike or got caught between two blocks and died. And so it's, they've made some smart improvements. That said, if you've gotten any number of the previous re-releases in the past, I don't know if this is, it's still those old Sonic games. So I don't know. There's nothing that's going to make you suddenly into them if you were never into them before.
I like those 3D ports for the 3DS. Just get those instead.
Oh man, I just need all of the Sonic advances to get re-released somewhere.
They should do that they should do this with those because the problem is the screen, the ratio was like really zoomed in. So you could see even less of what was coming up. They were cool games, but you could see even less. So if they put those on a 16:9 modern screen with the same sort of tech, that would be very cool.
Oh my God. You know what I lost?
BioWare RPG.
Oh, that was great.
I would love to play that. Yeah.
You know what I lost my shit as a youth? Is when they started making Sonic games for the DS and then you went to the second screen. I lost my shit as a child. I was like, this is gaming. This is the next generation.
Yeah.
Oh man, it was so cool. I miss dumb, I don't even want to say dumb bullshit like that, but like the DS felt so cool sometimes.
Yeah.
It was so
great.
great.
Like the gimmicks were fun a lot of the times, like the two screen stuff. Like a lot of them did really smart stuff with it, or just goofy shit. Like two screens in a Sonic game.
God,
blowing like whispering like on a lady in like that XXXY game or whatever it was.
Oh, Rub Rabbits, Feel the Magic.
Yeah, Feel the Magic. Yeah.
Hell yeah, yeah. This is real Sonic. This isn't the weird, long-legged, green-eyed, goofy-ass Sonic that came about in like the Dreamcast days. This is stumpy-ass little Sonic. Good stuff. He doesn't have the freaky thing where both of his eyes connect, so it's just like two pupils floating around in the same pool. It's two distinct eyeballs. Nothing freaky. It's good stuff.
There was drama in elementary school when it came to drawing Sonic, whether or not to give him separate eyeballs or like the double one, the mono eyeball.
Yeah,
Dealio.
The movie. Do you guys remember how the movie solved this problem? They just made it white fur between here, so it kind of
that's smart.
Like, you blur your eyes a little bit. It kind of looks like it could still be, but it's not. It's two separate eyes.
Ugh.
Jason, do you remember Tim Curry's like fanfic he made? He made his own Sonic character as a kid.
Oh, absolutely.
And
Yeah. Seeing those drawings and
all
shit.
that.
He's
Yep.
got
Yeah,
no
I forgot the
C.
name.
Awesome.
Yeah.
God, I also have Sonic drawings that maybe I can unearth. Oh boy.
Shit, you and Tim
Maybe
could get
you
together.
will.
Yeah, who knows?
And
The
Archie.
only time I can remember drawing Sonic is when I was really excited for the PlayStation and Twisted Metal, and I drew a big drawing of Mario and Sonic, and they were scared because Warhawk was coming in and Sweet Tooth was coming in, and it said Mario and Sonic are not red E, you know, the you are not red E PlayStation thing. So yeah.
You're a cool kid.
Eventually, when we get to break, we're not going on break right now, but when we get to break, I'm going to need the three of you to draw Sonic. I'll draw Sonic. That'll be the art for the podcast this week. Not right now, Dan. Not right now. Because in a new maybe it'll never reoccur segment again, but multiple of us have played this game. So I'm going to call it the game of the week. Hold on. Game of the week.
Oh, I like it.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
No, let's try this one. Game of the week. Neon White. Neon White.
Premiere.
Oh, that's good.
This is a lot.
This is good. Neon White, Jeff Grubb, Dan, and I've played it. Jason, have you gotten the chance to touch it at all?
No. It looks fucking fantastic. But I'm not much of a score chaser.
Neither am I, Jason. But I feel like I got the itch. I see Dan is chomping at the bit. And
It's
Grubb
going to be our undoing.
It's a problem.
I was watching Grubb stream last night, and he had the same realization I had last night, where it was like, oh, we're fucked.
2 levels in, I'm like, oh no.
You realize there's like 125 levels, and there is like a global score that adds up all the cumulative ones from your like Astro's. Astro's Playroom injured me, and I think Grubb, you as well. Like I had like
a significant injury. Yes.
Yeah, like my wrists and like were like tendons and carpal tunnel.
I couldn't touch this part of my finger for a very long time. It was like raw to the touch. Yes.
Oh no! And Astro has 8 levels. It had 8 speedrun levels. This has 125 that all go into a master universal score, and they're all scratching that exact same itch, if not better, I would say, than Astro's Playroom, those speedrun things.
Right.
They're all these like sub-minute, I would say a lot of them are like sub 30 seconds once you know what you're doing. Speedrun things. And every level is awesome. Every level is unique. They all seem to have like a certain like theme or a gimmick that works well. They're not just like a bunch of like obstacles. Like, you know, I like tough games like, you know, like Meat Boy and shit like that. But a lot of those levels just seem like, here's a bunch of jigsaws and bullshit to jump over. This one, it's just like they all seem so well thought out. Like Grubb, I showed you when we recorded the quick look, which might be up now or very soon.
Yeah, it should be up soon.
There's the one where you're racing that string of like explosions, and you have to get to the end of the level before that. There's ones where it's just like, here's a bunch of like floaty demons that you have to like bounce off of. There's these side quest ones where you just have to master one particular thing, like the double jump. Or Grubb, I'll let you explain like the basic, way this works and the cards and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so a thing that got me really with this game is that I thought it was going to be way more complex than it is. There's complexity in that there's a lot to it. Like there are, they throw a lot at you, but it is very easy to understand as well. Because once you get in there, they just kind of dole on at a like a ginger, like a nice, just like easy pace, so that you feel like you are adding a little bit of information each level that you can piece together. And that's how the levels themselves work. So that you'll go into a level, and there's an end point, and you got to kill every demon along the way. As you are killing demons, they will drop cards, and it's not like a deck building game. The cards might as well just be items, but they are cards because they're very easy to like spot, and you know what you could do with the card. And that is, the yellow card is a handgun, and you could shoot it like a handgun, and you see the yellow of the card deplete as you are firing ammo. And then if you discard this card, it uses its secondary ability, and you get rid of all the ammo. You can't use it as a gun anymore, but now you can double jump. So you can jump once, and then with space bar, and then I right click to discard the card, and now I can double jump. And by mixing up what these cards are capable of, like shooting a little bit of the machine gun, like I could shoot the machine gun a little bit, take out some enemies in the back there, and then with the secondary ability, by discarding the card, I'm going to throw a bomb on this group right here in front of me. And then I'm going to rocket jump off of this bomb that I'm dropping. I'm going to jump up to this platform, kill this enemy right there with the weapon I have left over, get another card, double jump up to this ledge. And by doing all that, I have skipped most of the level. I've cut 15 seconds off my time. And now I'm like getting in the top 5,000 of the global leaderboard. It's incredible.
Yeah,
I am
it's-
so into this.
I think it could be easily. I think people could think it's overwhelming. Like if
Yes.
you watch one of the later levels and saw like 4 or 5 different cards and people doing all these bounces and stuff, I could see somebody being like, "Oh, this seems like too much for me." But like Jeff said, it does kind of like slowly ease you into stuff. And like typically when they introduce a card or a concept or something, there will be a relatively easy first level where it's like, "Here's how these like landmine type things
Here's how it
work.
works,
They
yeah.
teach you how to launch you to the next thing or whatever, or here's how this card works, whatever." And then it starts kind of ratcheting up, and then it'll start throwing in other cards. So it's like, okay, so now I got a yellow card and a green or a purple card, so I know I have to double jump up, then I can shoot the purple bomb on the wall, which will rocket me up there, which gives me the green thing and I can stomp down. Like the color coding is very, very smart because it's big in the bottom right of the screen. And so since you're going so fast, you can't really be looking at HUD elements that much. So just seeing in the corner, like, okay, I got a purple, I know I got the bomb. I got the green, I know I got the stomp. It really makes what looks like it makes you feel like a really good speedrunner who's really good at this game, even if you're just doing the basic stuff, I would say.
right.
You know, but then if you actually pull off something really impressive or shave a bunch of time off, you feel like the coolest person in the world playing this game.
when I hit a level and I reach the gold rank the first try, I feel so satisfied. Like I am a gaming savant.
Yes. I've gotten one ace on the first try,
Wow.
and I'm like, wow, okay, I'm not gonna be able to replicate that. And I haven't since. Have you gotten any of the red times, which is the dev times?
No,
I've gotten a
those have
handful of
eluded me.
those.
Yeah.
Yes, and one of them that's when I got into like to the top 300. I was like, maybe the top 400 in the world. So I'm like, okay, that was a really good run. I'm like, I don't want to try to like get in where we're like actually chasing global leaderboards, at least not on PC. I've heard that like if you really want to do that and feel a little bit better, like go play on Switch because the times on there are a lot slower. So people are like having a lot easier time getting number 1 in the world. And like I think it was Roger over at Kind of Funny mentioned he had a few number 1s in the world on Switch. I'm like, that's funny. But what do you guys think of the story?
It's interesting because like, it's anime as heck. I was not expecting the anime-ness at all, or like the, I guess, similar to social ranks and Persona at all. Dan. Yep, you're right. It's anime as heck. You're.
It's a lot of like Hades, like horny stuff, and there's kind of like little internety writing going on there. It's not too much to where it like makes me mad or anything, but it's like this is internet people wrote this.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah. I mean, someone in chat was mentioning like it has similar writing to what's in Donut County, which is the same developer. And like there was like that funny raccoon in Donut. You're right, exactly. Yes. And is it Dan Esposito? Someone remind me in chat like what the name of the developer is. But it's so you could see those elements where like the characters are talking to each other and they have like that very strong voice to it. And that's kind of like where that internet writing is coming. It's not like internet snarky humor, I don't think, but it's getting maybe a little close. But so is Donut County. And I thought that was pretty well written.
Ben Esposito.
Yeah, it's
Dan Esposito. Thank you.
It's not bad by any means, and it's like you get gifts. Like so, each level you've got the different scores, like the awards you can get, but there's also a gift that you can find, and so that will always be a specific thing where it's like, oh, you get a 6-pack, and that goes to Neon Yellow, and so like Hades or even like a Fire Emblem or something, you talk to them in between missions and you give them gifts, and like you might unlock a dialogue thing or like a little scene or a character specific side quest, and those are a little bit different. Like they will do things like, oh, okay, Neon Yellow side quests don't let you use any of the discard abilities, so you're pretty much just shooting with it. So yeah, those have been fun, like changes of pace for sure. But I definitely prefer just the moment-to-moment gameplay than the story.
Yeah, there was a moment early in the story. I think it's like level 2, where you have a revelation with the appearance of the angels in it. How the angels specifically appear to Neon White and Neon Red, and then Neon Yellow. I was like, oh, okay, him and I would actually be bros. Because how he sees the godlike figure as a specific certain wrestler was great.
Right.
Did you miss this, Dan?
Dan, have you seen? Okay, I've heard about this. Should we give a spoiler warning and just tell Dan? Dan, you don't care about spoilers, right? Because you should have seen this by now.
I'm way past that. I'm in like
all right.
world 8.
Give a spoiler warning.
If you care about spoilers, and this is just like a throwaway line, skip ahead like 30 seconds, starting now. Neon Yellow, when you're seeing the cats for the first time that assign you the mission.
The God Cat with a cigar, the last action hero sheriff.
Each character sees that as a different person or a different entity, right? Yeah.
Neon Yellow sees the gods figures as John Cena.
As the John Cena.
Assigning
they say
him missions.
John Cena?
He straight up says
instead
John
of a cat,
Cena.
they see John Cena.
How did I not see that?
I don't
Which is
know.
well,
You
it
can't-
doesn't make sense because
can't
no one
see
should be able to
it.
see him.
Right,
Yes,
right.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yes,
there we
you
go.
can't see
Yeah.
John Cena. Yes,
That's right. Yes,
Thanks for
of course.
keeping in kayfabe, neon white.
Yes, absolutely.
Spoiler
real
warning
quick, I was
over.
gonna yes, spoiler warning over. So me and Dan do have this sickness of trying to get number one on our friends leaderboard, and I'm like, it's really not like I start playing a level and I am just thrown into it. I can't think about anything else. I am like, I was streaming it. I wasn't even looking at chat mostly. Chat was having a good time entertaining themselves while I'm just like spamming the F key to restart the stage to get that perfect start, like in Tony Hawk or Trials or Astro or any one of these games. Now, Jan, you said that that's not your style. So could this be a sort of fun platform challenging game that also has a story that is still entertaining to you on a different level than it is for me and Dan?
Oh, 100%. Like I liked Astrobot well enough, and then I saw the beef developing between y'all about time, and I was like, it's not really for me. But even here, because this has a story that I'm mildly interested in, it's anime-esque, it's Persona-esque, and there is some type of relationship to build. I think I'm having enough fun just beating myself in these times, because I friended a bunch of people from the community, so we've done like Nintendo streams with like Mario Party or not Mario Party, Mario Kart before. That just beating my own times, and just like, because when you redo a level, you see your own ghost, and like I just love that type of stuff. You know, and like especially when I revisited the first set of levels now with the knowledge of like, okay, these cards do this, those cards do that, and then I just think of like my first ghost going like, what a dummy, why would you go over there? Meanwhile, I'm like double jumping and finding like a tunnel to slide underneath. I think that's the one thing this game is missing, a nice power slide.
Yeah, there's when you get in the water, you move so fast that it kind of feels similar to that, but I know what you mean. Yes.
Yeah.
My favorite thing that I've gotten recently is the shotgun. There's the red card is a shotgun, and what it does is it boosts the discard is it boosts you in whatever direction you're looking. So if you look up and discard, you just fly up. Like it's awesome. Or you can fly down, fly sideways, whatever you want. Which, by the way, I was playing with the controller until last night. I saw Grub playing, and I was like, he's turning pretty fast. And I asked him if he was using keyboard and mouse. So here I am trying to. I only game on a couch, so I had to set up a goddamn whole thing. But it is much better with the keyboard and mouse. But then I tried with the Steam Deck with the gyro, or Euro. I never know. One of them's a sandwich. One of them's wrong.
Yummy one. Gyro is what you're looking for here.
Yeah, gyro.
The gyro controls on the Steam Deck, I tried it right before the podcast here. It's pretty good. I made it so the gyro controls the right stick, basically. The only thing that's really annoying, and Grub, there's probably a way that you've seen to modify the controls, is it somehow does the like menu. It fucks that up. So obviously like the right stick would move the menu things around. So if you're moving or if it's not totally flat, your menu shit will be going all over the place the way I have the gyro. But in game,
I think I think the gyro is only active when you have your thumb on the stick. So if you take it off, it should deactivate, I think, and then
I did it. So since it's so fast paced, I made it so it's always on.
Okay,
I didn't want an extra thing to be thinking about, but that also makes it on during the menus.
Sure.
But anyway, for the fine aiming type stuff, it's keyboard and mouse is probably the way to go. But I know Switch has the gyro controls and Steam Deck has it too, and also it runs perfectly on Steam Deck. So. Yeah, give it a shot. I bet it would take some getting used to, like Splatoon did with the motion controls. Right. But once you get used to it, it's like, this is kind of objectively a better way to play.
Yeah, I hated the gyro controls in Breath of the Wild, but Splatoon, sometimes I'd turn them on. So maybe I'd like them here. I just hate fucking just moving around with my Switch as I'm playing. I just feel a little embarrassed, even though it's me by myself doing it. But yeah, oh God, there's some turns playing on the Switch where I feel like, if I could just turn a little sharper, I could shave 2 seconds off of my own time.
Well, hey, Jan, how about you restart on Steam and go up against our scores? You can skip all the animations. You've already seen it. You already know what you're doing. Those levels are like 10 seconds long. You can get there real quick because you know what you're doing. You don't have to do the tutorial stuff. Skip the story. Come to Steam. Come to Steam, Jan.
I might have to restart. I can't get caught up in this score war that we got brewing because
there's a lot of people getting caught up in it right now, though. There are,
because my hands are dumb, like my hands don't work well sometimes.
Same. Mine. There was like one level where I was like just trying to get like a tenth of a second off, and it was like so hard. And I tried for it was probably 10 minutes in actual time, but it felt longer. And I realized I had not like relaxed my claw on the keyboard and mouse and that entire time. And I let go, and it like immediately was like, oh, there's pain. There's just some pain there. I need to calm down. So yeah, I need to maybe build in some breaks, but you just get into that flow state. You're just trying to, or you go on tilt. Like both things are the same thing. They're just like different sides of the same coin.
You forget controls. It's like, wait, I forgot. I'm just hitting the wrong button now.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, I just spammed the F key to restart, and I didn't mean to. That was a good run. What is wrong with me? But it's so fast to restart. You just get back into it. And you kind of can't help but just fall into the game's river. Yeah.
The restart is not the restart is not as fast on the Switch, so maybe that's what
get
I'm
off there. You got to get out of there. That's critical. That's critical. You're going to restart thousands of times in this game. You got to be snappy. Come on.
That's time of your life you're not going to get back. Come on.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I've replayed a bunch of levels trying to best myself. I've never actually gone for any of the gifts that are scattered throughout the levels. What do they actually do?
That's the stuff that you give to the characters to unlock the dialogue. That's the Hades stuff. Yeah.
Got it. Because like I'll see it in the distance. I'm like, no, I need to finish this faster. I'm not gonna get someone a gift.
Yeah, it's a completely different thing. That is like a platforming challenge where you don't worry about the time anymore. It's a completely different side of the game. So yeah,
and I use that like I like doing a thing where there's all these different worlds that have like 8, 10 levels or whatever within them, and so like you do 8 or 10 of those in a row, and they're all just that same kind of speedy, challenging score war type stuff. And then at the end of like a world, that's when I kind of take the like hub time where it's like, okay, gonna do all the new conversations, and then I'm gonna go back to previous ones and try to get a better medal. I'm going to try to get the gifts and all these. So that's kind of like my like downtime between doing the new missions and the new worlds is just like going back and improving old stuff, getting the gifts, stuff like that.
How long have you played in total, you think, so far? Like what day did you start playing? Just like a couple days ago?
Did I just play yesterday? I don't know. I was playing last night.
Right, because you're pretty far into it, but yeah.
3.5, 4 hours. Okay. I saw on How Long to Beat last night, people were saying it was at 6, but like it's definitely one of those things where it's like, yeah, I'm sure if you just want to beat the game, it's probably 6, but like I want to get all the medals. I want to get all the gifts. Like I will probably play more of this than is healthy.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. God.
It's within 15 minutes of playing it. I was like, oh, this is easily going to be high on my top 10 of the year. Like there's no way this is not.
Oh, totally. Yeah. In a year where there's been slow starts to games, this just right out the gate, it's just boom, boom, boom. Like I'm absolutely hooked.
I hope more games take the lessons from this that this one seems to be taking from stuff like Astra, where it's like we will do a global leaderboard time, and we're going to make each level like very score based and make it very easy to know who's ahead of you and see that stuff, and make sure that the menus that have that information can load fast and stuff. Can
you download Ghosts of Other players? Like
no.
Okay.
No, this cheating motherfucker wants to. Grub wants to.
I want to watch the number one in the world
instead of being his own man and figuring out his own path.
So the game so I will say the stuff we didn't talk about. The game is so good that I haven't actually gone on YouTube and like looked up like world record speed runs, because they do have like the first time you do it, you don't have any information. You're just kind of following the path. And that's the idea. You're learning the tech and the level that it's trying to teach you. But then after that, you should get like a pretty decent medal. Maybe you get maybe you get the 3rd place medal. That'll give you a little bit more information, like that actually manifests in the stage the next time you play. And you'll see a little gold hand saying, hey, there might be something over here. Try to do this shortcut right here. And you're like, wait, how do I do that? You like look at it for a second. Like, oh, I see. If I combine this card and this discard ability, I could jump over this. And while I'm flying over this ravine, I can maybe shoot that guy over there. Okay, I get it. And that stuff is built into the game. So it makes it very easy to find that optimal path on your own, which is, I'm finding, becoming part of the fun for me. Where in the past, I would like in Astro, I did some like tech discovery on my own, but mostly I was like watching the world record and coming back and trying to replicate that myself. And not having that pressure, at least not yet. I will probably get there eventually, but not having that pressure right now is making it easier for me to enjoy this game.
Nice.
I would recommend people check out the quick look because like there was a moment there where Grub and I discovered this thing where there's a level where there's a gate that you can blow up right at the very beginning, but there's also a little tiny window above it. And so Grub was saying like, oh, I got through the window once. I was able to propel myself through there, but then Grub didn't realize that if you timed it perfectly, you can set this bomb right at the edge of this thing, launch through the window, and skip an entire jump. And so there's the moment on the quick look where we both discovered that's possible, and it's like, oh my god, that changes everything.
Every time you hit it, it was so awesome to watch.
Nice.
I'm like, oh, this game feels so good that I can tell how good it feels to perform this right now. So yeah, it's incredible.
It makes me want like a daily type of thing that you compete like in live. What was that game last year? It was kind of like an Indiana Jones-esque game.
Phantom Abyss. I actually just reinstalled it because all the people talking about how a first-person Indiana Jones game would be terrible, and I'm like, Phantom Abyss rules. So yeah.
Phantom Abyss seemed like a really neat idea, but like with the tool set and the mobility of Neon White, I think like a daily type of run type of deal, even if it's just amongst friends, would be. God, now I'm downloading it now in Steam. Like
yes.
The dangers of having good internet juice.
Yes.
Gents, any closing thoughts on Neon White? It seems like it's going to be a game that is going to hover around the website for quite a while.
Again next week. So well, I mean, just kind of be looking out. I'll be streaming some of it, and then look out for stuff on Twitter where we're just shooting our best times at each other to encourage each other to get back in there. So, but we'll be talking about it. Maybe we'll find some more ways to bring it onto the site. Maybe we could do like a fun like race thing or something at some point. But we'll figure it out.
That'd be cool.
Boy. Yeah. All right. Well, stay tuned, everyone. We're gonna take a quick break, and then we'll be back with the news. So the grass is out to get you now. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I've done. I pay someone to come make sure it's very green. Is my understanding for what they're doing out there. I don't really understand much more than that, and yet I step on it and it hurt my footy.
The
grass hurt your footy.
The grass hurt my footy.
God dang.
The freaking internet keeps telling me to touch grass. Are you telling me the grass wants to hurt me now?
Yeah, I mean, the grass does not want to be touched, I think. I mean, I don't know if I blame it.
Did you ask it first, or?
Consent is king here, folks.
Yeah. Listen, I was just trying to turn off my hose. I didn't want my water running this whole podcast.
Oh, hose. Okay. My brain is broken.
See, we mixed it up. All right, now you understand. Yes.
Yep. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Everything is wet. I guess. I gather. All right, Jeff Grubb. Yep.
What was that?
It's funny when he just reaches over really fast. He's like, oh yeah, I have that. I got this.
You know what I just thought of during the break? How insane would Neon White be more? I'm sorry, we're continuing the conversation of the game of the week. Where what if you had foot pedals and then you just have your restart tied to that, so you could just like minimize time.
I got foot pedals
I need to get that. There is that foot pedal thing, that Elgato thing. I should get that for that. You could map it. You could map. Oh, you could do that.
I just got a cheap USB one off of Amazon, and I'm gonna map that. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
That's cheap plastic right there. That's $25.
Is that what you were hitting way before the show went live? Because Dan and I thought you were dribbling a basketball to yourself.
Okay. I was dribbling a basketball.
Why do you have it there?
Whoa!
That's kind of
impressive. I got this floor here. You guys, okay? Is this what the sound was?
Yeah, that was the sound. Damn.
There's so many electronics and cameras and stuff in there. Get that out of there.
I am very irresponsible, Dan. You're forgetting that.
You seem like a responsible person.
It seems that way. What it is. I mean, I'm putting on airs so that I can fool other people into giving me money to do stuff. Yes, exactly.
God, Grub got handles. Damn, didn't know. I saw the ball work there.
Yes, thank you very much.
You know what else Grub's got a handle on and is good with ball work? The news.
Oh, well, I wasn't sure where you're going with that. Yeah, we got news this week. I got a whole mess of stuff here for you.
I get it.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. But we're gonna start here with Final Fantasy had an event this week, and they announced a whole bunch of stuff. There was expectations going into this were like, okay, they will probably talk about a few things. Maybe they'll have one surprise, but they're not going to give us all the things that we want. Final Fantasy VII fans have reported to me that they got all of the things that they wanted. That starts with Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis getting a new gameplay trailer. Now, Ever Crisis is the mobile remake of Final Fantasy VII and all of its spinoffs with the chibi sort of look to it. Anyone got plans to like, oh, that's the way I've always wanted to replay Final Fantasy VII? Yeah, I might actually do that.
I'm ready to rewrite history and have the chibi version of Sephiroth stabbing Aerith or Eris be the canonical one. Beautiful.
Why do they do this where it's like, because it's Advent Children and Before Crisis and Crisis Core, so it's like AC, BC, CC, Dirge of Cerberus, DC, Ever Crisis, EC. Why are they going through the alphabet with these?
Is that intentional?
I think so, yes. Yes.
Is it like every PS game had Dual Sword or Dual Strike or
Dragon Sword? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Deadly Silence.
Yes, exactly. I don't know why they would do these things, but yes, that's coming. The closed beta is coming later this year. Slightly bigger news, and already installed on my Steam Deck. Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate came to Steam on June 17th. It is Steam Deck verified, and I am going to play through it on here.
I don't care that it's Steam Deck verified until Q3.
I think you should care.
It's Integrate just the PS5 upgrade of the remake
with the DLC.
It's not the PS5 upgrade. It's like the DLC upgrade with like they put in extra content and stuff. But
Dan, who is the Ninja Girl character? What is her name?
Tifa.
Close. Yuffie.
I played 50 hours. Oh, Yuffie, right. I played through 50 hours of the remake, and then I was getting tired of it, and I asked Bonk how much was left, and she's like, there's like 3 hours left. And I was like, that's a long time. After playing like 50. And so I just never beat it. So I've still never beat any version of Final Fantasy VII, despite trying many times now.
For like, how many of those hours were you enjoying it? Like, did you have like a good 30 hours?
I really, in the first like dozen hours of the remake, I really loved the combat system, and I remember saying like, "This is really cool." And like, I thought it would just keep kind of scaling up in a really cool way, but I feel like it kind of plateaued at a certain point. Maybe I was doing something wrong, but I remember thinking like, I feel like I'm kind of doing the same thing over and over, and I wanted it to kind of like scale up more.
55 hours is a long time, though. So yeah.
Yeah, and I had gotten past the Midgar stuff in the original release, and so it's like just knowing that it ended there and we weren't going to see the whole game. It's like I kind of just petered out by the end and was done with it.
Ooh,
but it was cool. I liked it.
Jeff Grubb, I have a question. Does any of these Final Fantasies, do they come with that one Tifa statue? Y'all know which Tifa statue I'm talking about.
I absolutely know which one you're talking about. No, that I don't think that. I think was that statue also like a very expensive, not official, but also very expensive. So no,
$600 or $800,
something like that. Yeah. Honestly, it should be more expensive. We can't have just anyone being able to buy that thing. That should just be a kind of thing you have to like really think about before you make such a purchase. Yes, think about what you can
buy that with their allowance. Yeah,
you know
exactly. Yes.
I haven't seen the Aggro Craig in a while. Maybe that is the new statue that we fight for at the end of the year.
Aggro Craig. You're thinking of Aggro Craig.
Aggro Craig, yes.
Yeah, keep an eye out for him. Who has that? Does Abby have that?
I think Abby left it in the West Coast office's care.
Okay, keep an eye out.
But then you could put the little paper crown on like the... Yeah. I'm going to stop talking. Grub, there's more Final Fantasy VII stuff.
Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion is coming to consoles and PC this winter. This was originally a PSP video game, and then it was later released on nothing until this point. So it has been stuck on PSP for quite some time. People are going to get a chance to play Crisis Core, finally. This is a game that I think is fondly remembered by a lot of people who played it at the time. And then I think people try to go back to it recently are like, oh, maybe it's not as good as you remember. But I've heard a lot of fans of this, and it's cool that it's like they are updating it and putting like the Final Fantasy VII remake models into this game. Although I don't think it's getting like the full Final Fantasy VII remake treatment overall.
Right. Yeah, you're not getting the time shadows.
I love Jan snickering at the long names. When you're a fucking Kingdom Hearts fan with your 33 and a third interlocking, whatever the fuck it is.
It's all Square Enix.
I'm like, just keep it condensed over there, right? Just keep it over there and it's fine. We don't need to make these names long. As speaking as someone with a long name.
These are
It's so
These are some
awkward on
long
my
names.
ID.
Are there any hyphens in Final? I guess X2 has a hyphen.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes, sure.
X2.
There you go. Yeah, there's probably some other
13-2.
hyphens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
13-2. Yeah.
Yeah.
So speaking of like the names, they are changing up the. Well, I guess maybe this is what they always intended. But Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2 is not going to be Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2. It is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. And then they also said there's going to be a third part to this trilogy remake, and they will reveal details about that later. I guess real quick, Rebirth is coming next winter, so we get Crisis Core
next
this winter. That's like, that vague time at the end of this year up until like, February of next year. And then Rebirth is so the winter of 2023 into early, next of 2024. So in that range. But what do you guys think Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3 will be called? Which
Revolutions, and then like 10 years later, we'll get Resurrections.
Okay.
Revolutions, then Resurrections. Yeah.
I think Resurrections is the good shout there.
That's probably very likely. That's exactly what it's going to be. And then who dies instead of Aerith?
Neo.
Okay, got it. Yes, absolutely reloaded.
Red 13.
They're going to
That'd be
Cloud
kill.
just cradles
Kate
him.
Sith.
Yes. Cactar.
Cactus.
Oh no, he can't. He can't. Die.
Oh, they're going to kill
Yeah.
Sid. They're going to kill a Sid.
Finally kill it. I don't. You can't kill a Sid. That's impossible.
He's
So
like
yeah, a lot
a
of Final Fantasy
watcher.
7 stuff. Yeah, it's these are the kinds of things that people have been asking for and stuff like getting Crisis Core back and just a little bit of information on Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. But they showed a little bit. They showed a trailer of it and stuff. They are going all out and promising a release window. So fans of this series are feeling pretty good. And then there's like all kinds of other like Final Fantasy stuff that we're still waiting to hear. Like they showed Final Fantasy 16 a while back. Did we get an update on Final Fantasy 16? Yeah, they did at the State of Play.
Yeah.
But then there's also like Final Fantasy 9 remake that they are supposedly going to be talking about, a Final Fantasy Tactics remaster and all these things. So
Jeff Grubb, don't you put this, put this out into the internet so it gets done, but I need this.
And that's in the NVIDIA leak, and we've seen a lot of stuff come true from the NVIDIA leak, and especially a lot of Square Enix stuff specifically. So, hey, it seems very likely. Now was not the time to talk about it just because they had so much Final Fantasy VII stuff, but maybe soon.
Oh, man. You know what I would poop my pants for? Whether or not someone wants me to poop my pants? Yes, just about anything. Actually, over the weekend, I had too much spicy food to eat. Anyway, just give me the Tactics Advanced remaster or the Tactics remaster.
Yes.
Yep.
I've been holding off on doing a replay of that game because I want the remaster so bad. Shit.
Because I feel like they could speed up like that dialogue in the early scenes.
They need to
so
speed up
much.
the dialogue.
Just fucking give me a Kingdom Hearts Tactics game. Nomura fucking there's 20 million Kingdom Hearts games right now. Give me some tiles, boy.
Yeah, I'm surprised that hasn't happened yet. It seems like one of those things they could just poop out. All right, they could just make that happen.
Yeah, jeez, poop it out, Nomura. Poop it out.
Poop it out.
Doing poop it out a lot of other stuff. Why not? Dragon's Dogma 2 confirmed.
Finally.
Yes, so Dragon's Dogma came out a while ago. It's got its fans. Dark Arisen came. It has even more fans, and it's like then you turn around one day, and then there's just this group of people who are like, hey, you want to talk about Dragon's Dogma? I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't know that you people existed, but they do. And
They do.
Yes, you do. And now Dragon's Dogma 2 is in the works. They confirmed. They just had T-shirts. They didn't show gameplay or anything like that. I don't think they even provided like a release window.
It was such a dramatic reveal too. They
Yes, they all had their hoodies
opened
on
up their hoodies and then
whoosh.
flew the fucking hoodies off, and all of a sudden Dragon's Dogma 2. Yeah.
So they're making it, and this is another one of those from the Capcom hack and the NVIDIA leak. So another one there confirming that stuff is happening.
I thought you were talking about the director being a hack, and I'm like,
What's your problem with him?
That Capcom hack.
I know he did a lot of bad like DMCs. Come on,
A little
give him
harsh,
a break.
Grub.
Jason, can I ask what is it about Dragon's Dogma? Because I've now been DD curious.
You know what it is? You can jump on a fucking ogre that is 5 times your height, climb his back, climb around to the front, and stab him right in the dick. It's fucking
that sounds pretty
amazing. Oh, it's so
I love
cool.
de-stabbing.
It's really, really good, like high fantasy stuff, but it's not without its jank for sure. but some of that stuff grows on you, I think, after a while.
Well, I mean,
And
that's what people
like-
were saying. It was like Japanese Skyrim, which is like, okay, I could go for that.
Yeah, but you can like Breath of the Wild climb on ogres, and as Jason said, stab them in the dick. So it's like
That's
it's
kinda all
not
I needed
Shadow
to
of the
hear.
Colossus stuff where it's like very specific parts. Like you can just kind of like free climb, if I remember right, on dudes.
Absolutely.
Sucker Punch has job listings pointing to new open world action stealth game that is in development. This popped right before we started the show. So I copied this from IGN. Sucker Punch is looking to hire some new talent to work on what appears to be an open world game with action and stealth elements. The studio's career page features listings for a variety of roles, including technical combat and senior combat designers, as well as an encounter designer. What makes the combat designer listing stand out are their requirements. The senior combat designer listing in particular asks, do you delight in knowing that the details of attack or parry timing and count frames, which brings to mind sword combat. So people are thinking that this is probably what is their ninja or their samurai game.
Ghost of Tsushima?
Yes, Ghost of Tsushima. Thank you. People are thinking this is probably Ghost of Tsushima 2. With
Why was
the
I thinking
possibility.
Sly Cooper instead
Well,
of
yes,
Dan, you and me both, buddy.
well,
Were you
there's-
too?
that's
Yeah.
the other possibility. Even the story lists like, hey, maybe this could be Sly Cooper. Give Sly Cooper a sword. I've always said that.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, "Ooh, I'd play
Yeah.
that." Yeah.
Dude, just give me like a pet raccoon in Ghost of Tsushima and I'll be fine. I'll shut up about my Sly
Name him
Cooper.
Sly. Yeah, yeah. Ooh.
I'll say that this probably is Ghost of Tsushima 2, but there are those rumors that they're working on a new Sly. So
Well, it wasn't them that did 4. What wasn't that like Sanzaru or something like that?
yeah, so maybe there's something
happening.
happening. It could be happening elsewhere. This team's probably very busy with Ghost of Tsushima. A massive success for them. One of those games that like blew up in Japan, and
Really?
I think it's like it kind of like almost like not quite Splatoon levels, but like it's like massively successful in Japan and everywhere. So like it's the kind of thing like, okay, we know what we're doing next. We're doing a sequel to that. That makes a lot of sense.
I meant to check out that multiplayer mode more, but I could never find or convince my friends to tag along.
I had some
heard
friends
good
that
things.
swore by that.
I heard good things
Yeah.
too.
Let's put that as maybe something we should check out.
Yeah, but just put that in our
Lucy,
list.
put it in
Yeah,
a
write that
sauna.
down.
Put it in a sauna, Lucy.
Yeah. Even if she wasn't listening to the podcast, she just like twitched it during a sauna.
Someone talks to sauna.
She just grinned ear to ear.
She's at like a luncheon right now, and everyone thinks she's just like, oh, that's odd. Why is she smiling out of nowhere?
She's like, I must run to my computer. Let's see. Sony is going to reveal 3 new headsets and 2 new monitors next week, and these are all like gaming-related devices. Information. This is from a story by Tom Henderson. Yes. Information on one set of hardware has already been revealed, which is Sony's new headsets. These are the new InZone H series headsets with 3 sets to be revealed next week. The InZone H3, H7, and H9. They all come with 360 spatial sound for gaming and are all Discord certified.
Oh, wow.
What?
Yes, I don't
Is
know.
that a new thing on boxes I should be looking for?
I think
Discord
I've definitely
certified?
seen it on boxes. Absolutely, I have. Yes, a little Discord
What does
symbol
that
and it says Discord
mean?
certified.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't know.
They work in Discord.
Are my
I
2006
don't know,
earbuds Discord buds like
I mean, they
Discord
work,
certified?
but are they certified? So I don't know if you want to take the risk.
That's true.
It's got to be the kind of thing where it's like you're getting more and more people that are just out there in the audience that have never thought about Discord before, and they're like, "Hey, get on Discord! Like, what's that?" So it's like, download this, and then you sound terrible. You should go get a headset, and then you go to the store like, "I need something for Discord." Well, this says Discord certified. That's probably as simple as that. Yeah. Let's see, the price points of the headsets are yet to be revealed. In addition to the 3 new headsets, Sony is also set to reveal 2 brand new gaming monitors that feature exclusive features for PlayStation, and that's quote unquote, which includes auto HDR tone mapping and auto genre picture mode. And this is according to the sources. One of these monitors will be 4K gaming at 144 hertz, whereas the other will be full HD 1080p at 240 hertz. Both devices were described as being perfect for PlayStation 5 and have received VRR, which is like the adaptive sync support, and feature low latency, 1 millisecond response times, things like that. And that's gray to gray. So that's kind of, that's a good response time for something like that. But The HDR, like they're aiming for like the 600 nits. 1000 nits is kind of where I want a monitor to be these days, but 600 is pretty good still. That's the brightness of the HDR, like how bright it gets. But that's cool. I think Sony obviously makes a lot of consumer electronics and is very good at these things. So yeah, why not make stuff that is perfect for PlayStation 5?
Yeah, they had that 3D monitor.
Yeah, that
3D was the thing.
Hell
for
yeah.
PlayStation 3, like PlayStation 3 era? Yeah.
Well, they had the one monitor. It might have been the same one where you could do the 2-player thing where one person could sit on one side. It was like a blinds effect that like I don't know how many games actually supported that.
It was like 3DS. It was like a 3DS used the same exact technology to like shoot it into two different eyes, but instead it was just shooting at two different people. Yeah.
Oh man.
How many times in human history do you think people have taken advantage of that and played a game with it? Over a dozen?
Probably over a dozen. Yeah.
Probably over a dozen.
Too much more.
Not counting demos and Sony employees.
Right.
That's a significant cut to it.
Okay.
Do you think more people did that, or more people did the Game Boy Advance connectivity to play like Pac-Man Versus?
Oh, Pac-Man Versus.
Oh, more people for Pac-Man Versus. Totally.
I agree.
And you're buying it anyway for the Tingle Tuner. Might as well play some Pac-Man.
Exactly. Right. You might as well get your money's worth.
What's the Tingle Tuner up to these days?
I haven't Tingle tuned in a while.
Yeah,
Tingle tuned
Best
since
Buy, I
college.
think. Yeah, exactly. Housemarque in an interview said Sony, with Sony, we have a runway to go even wilder. Housemarque said their first narrative-focused AAA game with trying to do a balance of story in a roguelike format. Sony really unlocked the possibility for them to go all out. They said, initially, I don't think we faced too much pressure. At least we didn't feel it from the Sony side. It was more pressure from wanting to do right by Housemarque, but then Sony enabled them to more readily realize those hopes and dreams. This was our first foray into AAA, the first time we were really investing in the story. Housemarque set up an official narrative team, and I was the first official member, so I felt more pressure to do right by that. Sony published many Housemarque games in the past, so at the start it felt normal, but I think that expanded a lot during the course of the project as the scope grew bigger than we expected it to be. Basically, this is part of like, hey, now that Sony owns Housemarque, they're explaining Sony's not getting in the way. They're just making sure that they could do more and more and bigger in the future. They talked about the next game they're working on, which is going to be a new IP. It'll have some of Returnal's DNA, but Returnal was so ambitious, we dreamt super big, but we still had to leave so much on the cutting room floor. All of these ideas and narrative systems, I'm super excited to pick up those pieces and see how they fit into our new IP.
Well, that's cool. I'm glad that they're happy with that working relationship, and that's enabling them to do more
to have that
things.
financial backing and just a little more confidence in what they're doing. That's cool.
I liked Returnal a whole bunch, even if I thought it got pretty routine and repetitive at points in a way that like Hades didn't. And that was my big point of comparison when I was playing that game. But it's like, obviously they are putting all the pieces together to be like taking the idea of what Housemarque used to be and turning it into a AAA studio. They have figured that out, and I'm very excited for what they do next.
Yeah,
that's what was so exciting about Returnal for me. Like I loved Returnal, but like I also loved like Resogun and some of their earlier stuff. And to see them make that move up to like, the big budget and a different perspective and everything, and it worked maybe better than ever. Like I am extremely excited about Housemarque.
Nintendo's got a direct coming tomorrow. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is going to be the focus of this direct. They said in the Japanese announcement that it's going to be about 20 minutes. I suppose the English variation that could be different. Maybe they'll have more or less stuff, but 20 minutes for the Japanese version. That game's coming July 29th, very soon. It's obviously one of their next big games that they're going to be launching. So this is them really focusing on that, but this comes without them having already done an E3 timeframe Nintendo Direct that they've done most of the past years for many years in a row. There's rumors still of a Direct coming later this month, but how are you guys feeling about a Direct for Xenoblade Chronicles 3 while we're still sort of waiting to see what else Nintendo has in store?
It's reminding me that I'm so behind on playing through 1 again. Like I'm halfway through 1, and I enjoy these games. I really like Xenoblade Chronicles 2
These are the games
lot.
where the swords have boobs, right?
Yes, it's nothing but anime. It's peak anime and English accents, where it's very odd.
Oh, that's right.
Like there's like it's good. It's good. It's batshit in a fun way, but then it may be too RPG for some folks.
What's combat like? Is it like kind of a real time or turn based or
Real time, yeah.
real time? Okay.
Yeah, it's like action RPG, right?
Yeah,
Like,
gotcha.
Yeah. So I think that we still get a direct later this month, another one on top of this. I don't know if it is going to be a full direct. It could be one of those partner showcases, could be a direct mini, but there's definitely stuff that is lined up to be talked about, and I think like that stuff that was happening with Treasure, and I don't have this on the news rundown, but Treasure is teasing like, oh, we're bringing back that game. And no one knows exactly what that game is. It could be any one of their past games, Radiant, Silvergun, or whatever, Sin and Punishment. But a lot of those would make sense to show up at a direct if that's where they're going to bring them. And I think Nintendo would welcome Treasure. So,
all right, Bruno Mars.
Probably still going to be something later this month from Nintendo after this. This one is a bit heartbreaking for me. Tony Hawk claims that Tony Hawk's
I'm not booing you. I'm not booing you.
Yes. Oh, I think we'll know who we're booing here very soon. Tony Hawk claims that Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3+4 was in the works at Vicarious Visions before Activision moved Vicarious Visions into Blizzard to work on Diablo.
Those guys.
God damn it.
Those guys. It's a very successful game, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2. So what do they get? They get to go work on someone else's game and just get completely absorbed. He said, and this is not like, celebrity talking about the game they're sort of related, they're sort of involved with, and someone just paying him a lot of money. He like understood what was happening here. This is basically what he said. He said that 3 and 4 was planned, but Vicarious Visions got disbanded and became part of Blizzard. And that's exactly how he framed it. Wow. So the game didn't get made by them. Activision tried to find another studio, but they couldn't find anyone good enough to make the game. Then Activision heard pitches for other Tony Hawk's Pro Skater games by other studios, and apparently nothing was interesting enough.
Fuck. That was one of the best remakes I've ever played. Yeah. Just nailed the feel of that. It'd be so easy to fuck that up. Look at like when they did HD remix on Xbox Live Arcade, and like that, just a little bit off is enough to ruin the feel of those old games. This one fucking nailed it. I would have killed for 3 and 4, and then give me the Undergrounds. Like,
and it's Vicarious Visions. It's Vicarious Visions where it's like they have this history with Tony Hawk of making the Game Boy Color version and then making the Game Boy Advance versions and somehow capturing the spirit like in those ports. And then you ask someone like Robomoto, whoever was doing the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5.
They did Shred and Ride, didn't they?
Right. You ask them just like make a modern Tony Hawk that feels like Tony Hawk, and somehow the port to Game Boy Advance from Vicarious Visions always felt better than anything like that. And then they come here and like, now we are going to make the real Tony Hawk and sort of reestablish that magic, and they nailed it. Maybe a victim of their own success, like Diablo obviously is a very important franchise for Activision Blizzard, and like they needed someone good enough to work on that. And I get it, but at a certain point it's like, man, just let Vicarious Visions be Vicarious Visions. But I don't think they can undo that now. I don't think they can undo this absorption.
Doesn't that kind of mirror what happened with Neversoft?
Yeah.
Once you did the original Tony Hawk 1 and 2, it's like
they went on to work on maps for Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's
man,
depressing. Okay. Chris Pratt critics will regret their words and deeds when the new Mario movie comes out. This is from the producer and basically Meledandri, who is like the guy who oversees Illumination Studios. He's also like one of the external board members for Nintendo. Like that's how close his relationship is with Nintendo now. They're like, hey, come be on our board, basically. He said Chris was cast because we felt he could give a great performance as Mario. And now that we've done about 15 recording sessions and the movie is 3/4 done, I sit here and say that I love his performance as Mario. That Deadline then went on to report that Meledandri also said, when people hear Chris Pratt's performance, the criticism will evaporate. Maybe not entirely. People love to voice opinions, as they should. I'm not sure this is the smartest defense, but as a person who has Italian-American heritage, here we go. I feel I can make that decision without worrying about offending Italians or Italian-Americans. I think we're going to be just fine, especially because he's given such a strong performance. I have to hear this.
Here's the question. Since Mario just talked in like little barks and things, like 3 words at a time max typically, is he going to be doing that, or is he going to be just like, it's going to be like a lot of dialogue?
It's going to be a lot of dialogue.
What does Mario sound like when he's just saying shit?
Right. So I think the biggest performance here, or the biggest analog for what they're going to go for with this movie, based on what I've heard, and also based on the fact that they hired Chris Pratt, is the Lego movie. Have you seen the Lego movie?
That's a good movie. That's before Chris Pratt became full Chris Pratt.
Right. So I think they're going for that, where it's like we are going to have a lot of characters with a lot of like strong personalities. There's going to be a couple of songs, and then we're gonna wrap this movie up by throwing Bowser into lava pit. Apparently,
if they give Waluigi a song, they haven't announced that Waluigi's even in it yet, right? In the casting thing,
no.
Is it Wario? Is Danny DeVito Wario?
No, that's you made that up for sure.
Did I?
I think
Donkey
so.
Kong is in it. Bowser's in it.
Yes, Seth Rogen is Donkey Kong, which
of course, yeah.
Other than listen, when I heard that Chris Pratt was playing Mario, I almost died because from laughing so hard. I had to stop and like catch my breath because I was laughing so hard. But then like Seth Rogen is Donkey Kong, and then you imagine Donkey Kong doing the Seth Rogen laugh, and that's also very funny.
Yeah.
I just have to see it. I have to see a trailer for this. I have to.
I hope all the songs are sung by Luigi, because isn't Luigi Charlie Day?
Yes.
Oh,
He's got musical, a musical history. Absolutely.
Yeah, a bunch of toads are going to bring out a piano for Luigi to play.
Al Pacino
Michael K. Toad?
Chat. Keegan Michael K. is Toad. Yeah, absolutely.
Is he like the titular Toad or like the Toad of
I think
Legend?
he's the Toad you select in Mario 2. He's the one you select in Mario 2. The one who tells you the princess in another castle, the Toad Prime.
Right, Toad Prime. Exactly.
Yes.
We'll see. But of course, the producer and president of the movie company that is making this movie says we're gonna like the movie. So
shocking.
Well, yeah.
We'll
surprise. I
feel that
I don't expect this movie to be good at all. Like there's no world in which I expect like, man, that Mario movie was really good. I want it to be as weird and goofy and or bad as possible. I just want it to be interesting. If it was just like a well-made CGI movie or something with a bunch of celebrity voices, that's boring to me. Like I want this to be a weird fucking thing.
I think it's going to be kind of by the numbers, Hollywood modern kids animated movie. That's what it's going to be. And I think I think there's a good chance it's probably going to be decent because Nintendo seems like they're so determined to make sure this thing is at least like somewhat good. Yeah. It's like one of the first Illumination Studios movies to like get a big delay. Like Nintendo's coming at it like that. This is one of our games. We delay our games. You could delay this movie. So yeah, we'll see.
Ooh, Chad is reminding me.
This with Bob Hoskins.
Yeah. AI Bob Hoskins voice. Absolutely.
Please.
What's Chad saying?
Chad is reminding me of two things that we're definitely gonna get a song number in this because Jack Black is Bowser.
Yes.
I can get behind that. I love me some Jack Black. And then this continues the thirst for Princess Peach because Princess Peach is Anya Taylor-Joy.
Yes, she is. Yes.
Wow.
Yep.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I'll stop now.
No, that's fair. I get it.
Down, Jan.
We get it. We get it, Jan. Go get in the pool, cool down.
Yep. Chains are off now, like just, exactly.
The reach over gets me too. You're just like, oh yeah, I got that. I just DICE has no time for Mirror's Edge style projects. We'll talk about like maybe what I think is happening with this whole thing, but let's just say what Rebecca Kutaz, who I think is the overseer of DICE now. She says, we're focused only on Battlefield. In her first interview since joining the company last November, GamesIndustry.biz, and I think she did an interview with Dean Takahashi at GameSpeed as well, asked Rebecca Kutez if working on projects in the vein of Mirror's Edge was currently off the table. She said, totally. We are only focusing on Battlefield 2042. There is no time for anything else, and this is what we want to do. In 3 years, we want to be the first-person shooter powerhouse that DICE deserves to be, and that is what we're going for. So, listen, I'm not going to try to like make everything about me, but this definitely feels about like a response to the story about how DICE has a pretty slim crew focused on 2042, and they're going to do the minimum to meet the requirements that they said that they would do with the DLC that they sold to people who bought like the $100 version of this game.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I said expect like have low expectations for what that content's going to end up looking like. This feels like, hey, no, don't worry about all that. This is fine. I definitely misspoke when I said skeleton crew because that implies something like there's like 10 people working on the game. There's probably a couple hundred people working on the game. It's just nowhere near like what it was with like Call of Duty. Like Call of Duty is completely different. Yeah.
More people that are working on Battlefield, or are there more people that have used that 3D function on Sony TVs? For two-player?
Probably more people working on Battlefield actually in all reality.
Okay.
They know that they can't completely abandon Battlefield 2042. Internally, they want to move on to the next Battlefield as quickly as they can while still saving face with 2042. They're going to try to do both, but they are looking ahead to the next game.
Good luck.
Godspeed.
Also, it's like it shouldn't be any surprise that there's no Mirror's Edge in development, even without like all this worry about Battlefield and its future. Mirror's Edge, what was the second one called?
Catalyst.
is one of it continues to be the poster child inside of EA for making poor choices based on what people say they want. That people said they want that. They kind of put out a Catalyst, which was decent but not great. But also, it's like it did not perform very well, and now they got really scared off of single player games for quite some time because of that. And now they're like, well, maybe if we just really focused on a couple, and that they finally came back around and started doing Dead Space and Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order and stuff like that. But they're not going to do stuff like Mirror's Edge again anytime soon.
I wonder if Skate 4 doesn't do well, if that would just kind of double down on that, where it's like, well, everybody was yelling they wanted another one of these, then we put it out, and that didn't sell either.
Right, but I think Skate 4 is has a slightly better chance of succeeding because it seems like the kind of game that can find an audience on YouTube and Twitch and stuff. And as long as they nail that side of stuff, like make it just fun to watch and that's like one of the things they're working on with the game that I've heard is that they're making the online portion very much a hangout and skate thing where people can work on the course editor together at the same time. So you get a bunch of creators just in there making the course, hanging out and skating in this game. So that's what they're going for. And that is the kind of thing you can sort of justify, I think, to EA these days. Xbox controllers are experiencing low supply. Microsoft confirmed this. Nintendo probably would know this as well. Nintendo's like, no Xbox controllers out there.
Thanks, Phil.
This comes from VGC. At the time of writing, major retailers in multiple regions are completely sold out of Xbox wireless controllers. And
even the black ones?
Even the black ones. I think
all
colors. And the peripherals seem to be particularly scarce across Europe. At the time of writing, major retailers in multiple regions are completely sold out of the Xbox wireless controller.
Sure.
And let's see. And we know it may be hard finding Xbox wireless controllers right now. This is from Xbox due to supply disruptions. We're working as fast as possible with our manufacturing and retail partners to improve this. Please check with your local retailer for availability. So it just it feels like we were getting over the hump with a lot of this stuff, and now.
Yeah, we were just getting video cards back. What the hell's going on?
Right, there's a ton of video cards back, but it's like, okay, the supply chain is just such a bungee cord where it's like even when you get slack in one side of things, another side is getting pulled tighter because of that. So it feels like that we're just still in that part of it, and we're not going to normalize until next year sometime. And we've been hearing about that with computer chips for a while, but it's like, oh yeah, it can affect something as basic as a controller. Sony is planning a PS5 Pro controller with removable analog sticks. This is one of the things that might get announced at that hardware event next week. But it was hard to they're going to announce headsets and monitors. This might line up with that, but a PS5 Pro controller with genuine professional controller parts. It will be made by Sony. It's believed to have the code name Hunt, and it will have several interesting features, including the analog stick where you can remove the mechanism and not just the stick itself like the Xbox controller. But it will also have trigger stops and rear buttons like the Elite controller.
That's
I'll buy one of these.
And all.
Yeah.
I probably will not, just because I'm not big on the analog paddles on the flaps on the back. But my God, please, and I'm begging you, improve the battery life on these controllers.
Yes.
Yes.
That's actually my biggest complaint with PlayStation controllers overall. It's just that battery life.
Oh my goodness.
I love the build of the Elite controller, and I love the trigger stop stuff and everything, the removable analog sticks. But the back flappy things, I usually take those off. Like some games, it's nice to have that. Like Elden Ring, I kind of put run and roll on one of those, so I could just do that. Like every once in a while, I'll put them on. But as long as they're removable, I'll probably get that.
Right, and they should be. I think this is the one thing I'm wondering here is maybe Sony is doing this now because maybe the patent that Scuff had is finally expiring. Would that line up? Well, maybe that lines up. That seems a little bit fast because a patent lasts for 20 years. And so I think Scuff has not been around quite that long. So maybe they are working with Scuff, which is what Microsoft did. Is they just they licensed the patent, and that's why they're able to do those back paddles and the trigger stops and stuff like that. So I wonder if Sony's going to be doing the same thing. And if they are, then they'll have the access to be able to make all that stuff removable, just like Scuff does.
How much do you think these are going to go for? How much does a normal PS5 DualSense controller go for nowadays?
Like 70
or 80? Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe 80. Yeah. Because it's DualSense, maybe it's 80.
150.
I think it's gonna be I think the Elite Series 2 was 180. So I think it's at least
close
180.
to 200,
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see it.
Yeah, and I think, and people will show up and buy them. I mean,
Totally.
MPD tracks controller sales, and while the normal controllers obviously are the best seller, usually right there in terms of dollar sales, like in how much they're making in terms of dollars, the Elite controllers right there, like 2 or 3 in terms of best selling controllers.
Yeah, 2 of my best buddies,
yeah.
they went and got like a third-party pro controller just because they both play COD so much. They were like, yeah, I need that stick height to be different, bro.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. I like that. I really do like that though, because like having that extra aim on the stick is really nice in shooter games. And in the shooter games is when I do use the back paddles, because I like to have the paddles for jump, so I never have to take. I know some people do bumper jumper, but I never really got into that. So putting jump on a paddle and never taking my thumb off the stick was always really great.
What do you touch the back paddles with? Is it like the middle finger and the ring fingers?
No, so yeah,
You do some pinky. Do some pinky.
You can do some pinky action.
Yeah,
it's middle and ring, because you are only supposed to put one finger up on here. You should only ever have one finger because you just roll it. You just roll it.
Okay.
And
These guys here, yeah.
No, you don't put 2 fingers up there. Oh, or you're saying for the
You could.
you could, but you're not supposed to. Like that. That's
You got the bumper.
You just got to be gentle about it.
Going on.
Yeah,
that feels like
one finger up there and
using-
you just roll.
Doing
sure
2
your
fingers up here
nails are
feels
trimmed,
like using both feet to drive. You shouldn't do it.
Right.
Yeah, but you can. It's not illegal.
I
True.
mean, just wash your hands. Be careful. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's see. Where am I at here? There we go. Halo Infinite's Juneteenth cosmetic was briefly named after an ape, which sparked an outcry. This is by Airy Notice over at Kotaku. We talked about this on GamePass Mornings. This was a real step in some shit, that mess. This comes from Kotaku. From the story, they said last night, developer 343 Industries rolled out a Juneteenth-themed cosmetic option for Halo Infinite, its multiplayer shooter. For a moment, the affiliated Pan-African themed color palette was titled Bonobo.
Oh, God.
A bonobo, for those who don't know, is an endangered species of great ape. It's also the name for a tool inside of Microsoft and for working on the Halo games, and that seems to be what happened here. But at 4:45 p.m. Eastern Time, the Halo content creator Sean W. posted a video on YouTube explaining that the nameplate itself was called Juneteenth, but the color option for it, which you can access via a secondary submenu, was initially listed as Bonobo or Bonobo. I can never remember how to say this ape's name. But at 5:10 p.m. Eastern that same day, so this is like 25 minutes later, it was already fixed, and this is probably the quickest fix in Halo Infinite's history. It is now named Freedom. On Twitter, Halo senior community manager John Junisek said the palette was incorrectly named and attributed the error to an internal tool set. Other people kind of came out and confirmed that it was just kind of a default name that came out because of the tool set that they were using, which is called Bonobo. They also came out and apologized for this and basically said none of that is an excuse. But this is the kind of situation where you hurt people, and you kind of have to. It doesn't really matter if even if you apologize, and even if you didn't mean it, it still was a bad situation. So
that is a big ass whoops.
Yes.
Holy shit. I'm glad they corrected it as soon as they did, but at the same time, there's really nothing you can say to really apologize correctly.
Yeah.
Like,
and I'm like I think it's kind of like. Do you just move on, or do you try to apologize and like get stuck in it? I think a lot of people would like to just move on, but it's also there's no right solution here. Absolutely. No. We had a pretty lengthy conversation, Jan and I, about this when this happened. So if you want more GamePass Mornings, we'll always be going deeper on this stuff there.
Yeah.
What's up, Jan?
And then I don't know, like ever since we talked about that story in GamePass Mornings, and it's kind of stuck with me still, and it just seems like for as many people that work at 343, you think one person could have,
you would hope so,
could have caught that something that like.
Well, you think if the right person was already working there, they would have caught it, right?
Sure, sure.
If a person who would be looking for that sort of thing and would immediately spot that and is like, is that not happening there? Is that?
But this is like something that they're planning to coincide with a holiday, so you would think that like there's marketing attached to this as well, that like, hey, you shouldn't do this at all. So I think that's like the bigger bummer there, is that especially like, sure, this could have been an internal tool, but then with as many hands that have to touch this update, you think someone along the chain could have caught it. So that's it's still a big bummer.
Yep, absolutely. Let's see, just a couple more stories here to wrap up the news. Console supplies could remain rocky through 2022, sticking with the supply chain theme. This one also comes from VGC. A financial services company, Baird, held a call for investors and invited Xbox Chief Financial Officer Tim Stewart on to speak. Stewart claimed that the supply chain environment could remain rocky through 2022 and the holiday season. Stewart said multiple issues are facing the supply chain. These include part shortages, which reportedly favor Series S consoles, which basically means they'll be able to get more Series S than Series X, and elevated logistics pricing pressure and margins. And that's like gas prices, basically. That's a funny way of saying gas prices. The announcement was made as the company's gaming business posted record revenue for a non-holiday quarter. However, looking ahead to the current quarter ending in June, Microsoft CFO Amy Hood said, in gaming, we expect revenue to decline in the mid to high single digits, driven by lower engagement hours year over year, as well as constrained console supply. We expect Xbox content and services revenue to decline mid single digits. But it should stay higher than pre-pandemic levels. This is it feels like a lot of stuff is happening here where, it's hard to get certain supplies and they kind of never know what's going to be hit, to the point where all of a sudden controllers will just go evaporate off the shelves everywhere. And so it's hard to like plan ahead for what's going to go wrong in the future and try to stock up on that stuff. And then also like stocking up on stuff is expensive, because then you're going to be spending a lot of money on shipping right now, because shipping is way more expensive than it ever has been. At the same time, like demand is falling compared to the pandemic, but they are keeping some of that momentum because it's going to stay higher than pre-pandemic levels. So a lot of factors here, just continuing to pull everything in every direction. And it feels like getting back to that time where everyone could kind of know what to expect from, when you put a game out, it's going to do this, or you put a console out, it's going to do that. We're pretty far away from getting back to any sort of easily understandable market that behaves in a rational way.
Yeah. Anytime I stop by an electronics store, those cases are still super empty for PS5s and Xboxes.
Yes. Yeah, I occasionally see a handful of Switches now, but never the OLED model. The OLED model's never there. So.
I don't think I've ever seen that in a store, actually.
I have not. And then Skull and Bones. You guys big Skull and Bones fans? Everyone looking forward to Skull and Bones?
I like Skulls and Bones separately.
Yeah. Put them together though. I don't know about them. The release is finally looking likely following a second rating board listing. This was found by Reddit user Long John Silver. Shout out to Long John Silver, who actually frequently sends me stuff to my DMs. This follows a rating in South Korea last month. So it's rated in Brazil and South Korea. Seems like this game's coming out imminently. It also feels like the kind of game that they probably would have talked about a lot more by now if they were excited about it at Ubisoft, right?
Yeah.
I just think this one's
going to see more trailers and some sort of presence. Yeah, I feel like
it's not like Ubisoft shies away from that stuff, right? So
no, not at all.
Yeah. But this particular rating says that it's not just coming to PC, which is what the South Korean rating said. It was also listed for Stadia, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and but not the Xbox One or PlayStation 4. So kind of feels like, they're not even going to try to do the work to have it be cross-gen or anything like that. And to me, a Ubisoft game, even at this point in the generation, not being cross-gen, it just feels like they are just firing and forgetting this thing. So I don't know, maybe I'm reading too much into it, but it definitely feels that way.
I think I'm right behind you on that sentiment. Because it took me a hot second to remember what Skull and Bones even was. I'm sure that's a feeling going on there too. Like, what is this?
Yeah. Is this people at Ubisoft like, wait, what is that? Is this an Assassin's Creed game? I said, well, it's made based on the Assassin's Creed, like just C engine. Assassin's Cream. Right, that's the porn, of course. Yep. Yeah, but I don't know. It was like the most obvious thing in the world. Like, people love that pirate version of Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag was hugely popular. Just make a game about sailing the seas and make it its own thing. And it's going to be way better than Sea of Thieves. And now Sea of Thieves is like this massive success. And this game feels like it is just a boondoggle for Ubisoft.
Oh, boondoggle, fun word.
Good word, yeah.
It should have, it's a sea reference, or I could have done the sea reference. I've done Albatross. I should have done Albatross, but oh well. That does it for the news. That's all I had.
That was a lot of news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job.
I saw some folks, some scuttlebutt, and this will be the last time I acknowledge this, saying like, they're not going to talk about any serious news stories on the Bombcast anymore. Of course we're going to talk about news stories on the Bombcast, you boondoggles.
Boondoggles.
I get why people were concerned, but it's like they're like, they're gonna whitewash the industry. It's like, no, there's many other places for us to have those conversations. But people mentioned like, there's a lot of people who just listen to the Bombcast.
Exactly.
And I'm like, okay, that's a good point.
Well,
that's very fair.
You sweet little
right.
pervs.
We'll find ways to keep you up to date, everybody. We'll keep it coming. Don't worry about that.
I say pervs with all the love and affection.
Right. If you're a perv to us, you're one of us.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You can feed us popcorn. Dan, there we go. All right, with that, we're gonna
sound effect of the week.
every single day. We'll be back with some electronic mails with these electronic mails.
Electronic mails.
There
Yes.
we go. Oh man, so many episode titles. We'll see you after this break. You know, I took that momentary pause before we stopped and synced up our recordings because out of nowhere, my partner passed me a piece of chicken skin, and it was fried chicken skin.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's
Just the skin?
Just the skin. I felt,
Hell yeah, that's how you do it.
Is our episode title?
Yep, I felt like it shaved like 2 seconds off of my life, but it was worth it.
worth it though.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I mean this is not a joke. If KFC started offering like a famous bowl that was just the chicken skin, and like maybe you could throw in some mashed potatoes and cheese and corn or whatever in there, but like
that's what a famous bowl is. But
that would be a massive hit. I would buy a lot of it. A lot of people in this country would buy it. I know it would be a huge hit. People would think it's gross. I know a lot of people would think it's gross.
Yes.
I know that's the thing. I know it's a South Park bit, but I'm not kidding. That would be a hit. I would be there day one the moment they open.
You know what I saw someone do that was messed up on TikTok? I mean, there's a lot of weird messed up stuff that pops up on TikTok. But someone took a rotisserie chicken from a Costco or like a supermarket, right?
Sure.
They ripped all the skin off and then they hit it with a torch and they made themselves like a rotisserie chicken sandwich with crispy chicken skin layer. Oh my God. Oh my God. Like a creme brulee torch. And they the skin like crisped up. It got like really tight and everything. Oh man, God, I'd love if the email section was nothing but examining rotisserie chickens and like the pluses and deltas. But we got a bunch of
those rotisserie chickens.
I would fuck with a chicken brulee.
Chicken brulee. That's a good title as well. Well, folks at home, you can send your emails. This is the email section to bombcast@giantbomb.com. Emails. We got a small grip of emails this week. First one comes from Max in Lyon, France. Lyon, France. Lyon, France. Dear Giant Bomb crew, here goes my probably naive question of the week. How is Game Pass legal? Hear me out. I'm not a jealous PlayStation fan, and I don't know much about the laws surrounding business. How can Microsoft invest so much money into a product that is obviously not making any money as of right now, in parentheses? I understand that the whole project is that the price of Game Pass will eventually increase, but in the meantime, I don't get how this is not considered an unfair business practice. I know that console manufacturing is the same and that manufacturers get away with it by justifying making bigger margins on software, but with Game Pass, I don't get how this would apply to the Series X. Is it just that big companies do what they want as long as they'll keep stimulating the economy? Or is that Microsoft can just do whatever they want as long as they keep making enough profit in other departments? Please educate me. Max from Lyon, France.
Yeah. Well, those money's coming from other places. Like it's their marketing budget, which is not, exactly the profits that they're getting from software. They're not using that money to reinvest into Game Pass.
Yeah, and is this any different than like Netflix, buying up the rights? So like it's buying the rights so you can put it on your platform and encourage subscribers, right? Yeah.
So I need Max. So just like you're conflating a couple of things here. You're talking about like, is it making money? Is it unfair business practices? Those are two completely different things. As for unfair business practices, in the United States, at least, the government for many years has not cared about anything about that unless it's hurting the customer or consumer. And no one thinks that is happening here. Well, some people do, but they're weirdos. For the most part, everyone's like, hey, Game Pass seems like a good deal for the consumer. And so Microsoft's losing a bunch of money doing it, and then the government's like, we don't care about that. And well, that means it's harder for other companies to compete. Well, then they should do better and get better at competing, is what the government would say to that. So that's like the one side of things. As for like, is this does it make sense for Microsoft? Yes, you got to like look at it in terms of like what Amazon was. Like Amazon didn't make a profit for its first 20 years or something like that. Ooh. Like it only recently started making profits, and investors never cared because they could see that it was growing and getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and it was going to take over the world. And then Amazon was going to be this thing that people couldn't live without. And at that point, they could raise prices, and then they'll be fine. And now they are raising prices and making more money, and they're making profits. So that is the trajectory that every company wants these days, and Microsoft's no different.
Yeah, I mean, look at Amazon now. I feel like there's multiple times where a game will come out, and I'll be like, wish this was on Game Pass. And then I look, oh, it is on Game Pass. And then I never wind up checking it out.
Yep. I mean, yeah, it's the kind of thing where it's like they also know that if they don't do this concept of like, an unlimited game subscription thing, well, it's happened in movies, it's happened in music, it's going to happen in games eventually. So it's worth so much more money for them to be the one that does that than be the company that has to be like, okay, some other company did that, and now many years later we have to pay a premium to acquire that company. Like that's a weird way of thinking about things, but that's how Microsoft thinks about things, and it's worth so much to them to just pay the money up front to do it.
Yeah, contextualizing in that, there you go. Max, it is not illegal. Noted from your litigators on giantbomb.com.
A deal so good, it must be illegal.
That's what it is. Put that on the back of the Game Pass box or card. I just wish Game Pass came with a physical pass. Like I can just touch it to my Xbox or my PC, and then like, oh, cool, I got a new game.
Multi-pass, yeah. Absolutely.
Did you ever get the old Diamond card from Xbox Live?
No.
They used to in like probably 2007, 2008. I think I still have mine. It's like a credit card thing, and it's supposed to like give you discounts at different. Like I think it tied your achievement points in at some point where it's like, oh, if you get a certain amount of achievement points, it's like, oh, you'll get $10 on your Xbox Live Diamond card for Panera Bread or something.
Yo,
it's like prom night. Do you accept Xbox Live Diamond?
Yes.
I don't mean to disparage the sweet people at Panera, but I had the worst salad of my life last week.
Oh no.
Speaking about salads, we got an email from Grant. This has nothing to do with salads. I'm sorry. I don't mean to misrepresent.
Good segue.
Them.
Good segue.
That works.
They ask, now that Street Fighter 6 is starting to build hype, I've hopped back into Street Fighter 5 to get good before the new game. Are there any duders doing the same? Has there been any other games that made you hop back into an older iteration to train up for the new release? Thanks and love, Grant.
Man, they're such different games now, but we've once 6 got like announced, we decided to revive our Street Fighter 4 nights. So on like weekends, Saturday, and 4 specifically because that's what we're most familiar with. A lot of us dropped off after 5, but we still know and play Street Fighter 4. So that's been kind of satiating us for a little bit until 6 comes out. But yeah, absolutely.
5, man, I loved 4. I played a ton of 4, not to the level like Jason, where actually it was like, competitive type. I just thought it was really fun. So I was really excited for 5, and then I heard that the launch was so bungled.
Oh God,
that, it was just so bad. It seemed like for so long that I just. By the time I heard it got better, but by that point it wasn't even really on my radar. So it's that's how much like a bad launch can hurt something. I'm sure there are a lot of people like me that are just like, oh yeah, I heard that one sucks, and they just never play it, even if it gets better over time.
Yeah, and it's especially hard now to jump into it because the game has evolved so much, and people have really dug into that game, and it's hard to come in from the outside and be competitive and whatnot. But yeah, that game eventually came into its own. It took a while. It took a change of leadership. I'll say that. But once it happened,
at this point, I think I'm just going to wait for 6, and then it's like at this point, it's been since 4 that I really played one of them. So it's like, man, I'm ready for some Street Fighter at this point.
I mean, I'll be in the same boat as you, Dan. Like checking Tam playing this and just like the general excitement in the room at Summer Game Fest. It was like, okay, this feels like electric in a similar way that 4 felt like a revitalization. Jason, is there like another fighting game you'd recommend to kind of get someone like up to speed in not necessarily like another Street Fighter game to warm up with, but is there like another new hotness that can kind of build that muscle memory, perhaps?
King of Fighters is kind of doing that for a lot of people right now.
Okay.
And it's a very different game, but you'll learn fundamentals for sure. Other than that, some of the stuff that's coming out of like DNF Duel is going to be coming out soon at like a couple weeks or something like that. That'll be pretty good for a little bit, but yeah, there's nothing else that's really hitting. Like Tekken's still going strong, but that's hard to get into. But if you just play it with friends, like who cares, you know? Just do it and have fun.
Just do it and have fun. That's also on the back of the Giant Bomb Bucks. Just do it and have fun. As to what you're doing, who knows? Next email comes from Gary from Wisconsin. Hey, Duders. Well, they specifically wrote, hey, Dudders, so I'm offended.
Ouch.
I wish Jan the best of luck with the 100 Nugget Challenge. However, you might have a teammate / rival in this endeavor. I was recently watching some old Giant Bomb content and came across a remarkable claim made by Jason and Ben.
What did I do?
In episode 1 of God of God Hand at the timestamp of 42 minutes and 45 seconds about their ability to eat 100 nuggets.
That fucking time is gone, man.
So Jason,
that time is over.
That was a different Jason.
That was a different Jason.
So they continue on. So Jason, you still down to make bad decisions and test your intestinal fortitude with Jan? Okay.
Oh my God, I'll die.
Also, if you're doing this challenge, what's the go-to nug? Are we talking standard Mickey D's, Wendy's, possibly a spicy nug? Do chicken fries count? Love the show. Keep the great work, you beautiful people. Cheers.
You want the
Gary from Wisconsin.
Hey, thank you, Gary from Wisconsin. You want the nugget that is as processed like already as possible, so your body has to do the least amount of work to it's just ready to go right through.
To break
basically.
it down,
right. You break it down in an instant. As soon as it hits stomach tissue, it's just like dissolved. So I think to me that sounds like McDonald's. Not that I have any. I love McDonald's chicken nuggets, but like that sounds like the most processed chicken nugget to me.
And probably not the spicy ones. If I'm getting a 10-piece or a 20-piece, the spicy ones, when McDonald's does them too, they're really good. Get some ranch dip and stuff. But in this type of this quantity situation, I don't want to risk a reflux situation. So
you will
I don't think you go with spicy. I mean, you're going to get it no matter what, but the spicy is just going to exacerbate that, I think.
Yes.
I got a question. So like with the nug strategy, right? Or should I do it power hour style where it's like 1 a minute, or should I try and cram multiple nugs in a minute?
Okay, so first of all, the word "should" is very key there. You shouldn't be doing any of this, but if you're going to, I think that you're doing 100. If that is 1 a minute, that's 100 minutes. So that's about an hour and 40. Yeah, that's an hour and 40. That seems reasonable. But I think you need to. I think you want to have a pretty brisk pace to start, though, because your body is going to be behind in terms of telling you what's going on, and you don't want to be eating 50 nuggets when it's like, hey, I'm full. You want to have like 20 nuggets left at that point.
Here's my concern. I've done a lot of power hours with drinking in my life, and everyone I've done it with, including myself, at a certain point, there's just a lot of liquid in your stomach and you just projectile vomit. Yep. So is a nugget equal to a shot of liquor in terms of just amount of mass that your body is bringing in? I would almost think a nugget might be more. It's denser, right?
It depends how much I'm chewing, right? Like
liquid dense.
I guess.
Yeah, man. Is liquid dense
heavier?
It's all.
Like a nugget's heavier than a shot of vodka,
here,
right?
We're definitely all experts here on this.
Yes,
so,
yes.
And also, just in chat, we're just not going to look. We're just not going to look at you trying to shame Jan. We are ignoring you trying to save his life.
Jess, as your manager, get out of the chat right now. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Support your janitor.
God, see, now I'm thinking. I asked my two best friends this, like, how many nugs y'all think you could put away in a sitting. Both of them said 75, and
they weren't willing to go the full mile. Oh wow!
Well, I mean, it is every extra nugget you add on top of like 50 or 60 is significantly more than just one nugget. There's a lot of emotion that you're eating with that as well, and a lot of feelings. So
do you think if and when I do this, should I get like a warming lamp right? Like to keep the nuggets hot. Does like the temperature
Can
factor
you
into
hire
this?
a McDonald's employee to come and bring one of the heat lamp things and just kind of re-up it? Like once you've got 5 left on the current thing, they put in another 15 just so there's like a fresh batches coming in.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Maybe I should just do this at a McDonald's right
Yeah, I
at
was
the
going
counter.
to say, can we just do this at a McDonald's?
Or just do an air fryer. Leftover
Yeah, I was gonna
nuggets
say
in
air
an air
fryer.
fryer are
Yes.
fucking awesome. They're
Yes,
great.
air fryer, you just have it set like ready to go, preheat
Okay.
it, just throw it in there for a couple minutes.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, it's like 3 minutes
We-
at 350 is good
We
for
can
nuggets.
do this when we're in person, so you can have a team, and we'll all be there, making sure everything's perfect.
Yeah,
exact temperature you need.
Yeah, we'll take care of you.
Yeah, I was thinking about trying to rope Lucy and Tam to watch me do this in the office and just.
Well,
make-
you'll need a spotter for sure. You're
Right.
gonna need a spotter.
Can I be the guy in the corner with the towel and I'll have a squeeze bottle of water so I can just do
lovely.
the like Rocky thing in the corner?
Oh yes.
Okay.
I don't know how.
But it's like tangy barbecue sauce or something.
Jess is crying. Jess is crying. And she's like, no, don't let him do it. We're just like, yeah, we're figuring out the logistics. Oh God, we're bad people.
It's fine. I have CPR certification, so I can help myself. Just in
You're
case.
gonna be
Yeah,
the one
or
who needs
explain it
it.
to us. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll just explain it to us on the fly. We'll be
Right.
good.
Yeah,
Draw some
yeah.
pictures.
It's something about the Bee Gees song, you know, like.
Oh yeah. Dude, for the record, I fully endorse this. If you want to make this happen, I can help you make this happen.
Thank you, Dan. Finally, someone
be in
that
your
believes
corner.
in me. There
We've
we
talked
go.
about it
I
too
will
much
literally
now for
be
it
in
not
your
to
corner.
happen.
Yeah. This is going to happen. Like I don't know. Like PAX is coming soon. Do we wait till then to do it?
Yeah.
We have an
I
entire
can-
panel
I can-
dedicated
We could
to
probably
this.
bring an air fryer into a PAX. I think so.
Oh yeah, that's legal. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can bring fog machines. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
good
yeah.
old Harris Forrester has like a bunch of easy bake ovens for that one panel, you know?
Yeah, we'll have those light bulbs get significantly hot. So yeah.
We should do this.
Oh, I'm regretting it.
And we should have on the big screen behind us. Do you remember that WrestleMania where they did the dumb thing where they had the counter every time Brock did a suplex?
Yeah.
We'll have the counter update every time you eat one.
Nug
Oh,
City.
man.
Welcome to Nug City, bitch.
Yes, now we're talking.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're
man.
producing a panel.
There we go. Live producing. This is going to be the newer segment where we're producing our PAX panel before we get to the PAX panel. Can we put out a trailer that's just like the trailer of Creed 2, where it's like Michael B. Jordan like boxing underwater, but it's just me eating nuggets underwater?
Yes.
Yes, please, just gross soggy nuggets
Just
while like
gonna be
Meek Mill is
editing this
rapping.
crying,
Yeah.
like, oh, I can't believe I'm
Yes.
watching him die in front of me.
Yes.
Oh my god, yeah, this
All
You should cut it.
oh, this
You
is-
guys get it.
I'm not one for movie trailers because they spoil too much, but the trailer to Creed 2 is fantastic.
Oh
Yeah,
God!
it's very
I
good,
take you out to the desert. Yeah. Oh my God! Just hitting tires with hammers and punching over barrel fires. Oh my God!
My partner and I are gonna go to Palm Springs soon. Maybe we'll just I'll just have her like tie me to the back of the car, just let it go on ride the brake.
Yep.
Oh,
Get some drone shots. Yeah.
some
Yeah.
hot drone shots. Fuck. Okay.
Yeah, man. You get it.
We all get it. Okay. last email of the show, because now I have too many ideas. I'm sorry, Jessica, for putting you through this emotional stress. Oh God, this is exactly going to be like the end of Rocky.
Yeah.
This is a Rocky movie in itself. Also, Dan, I feel like you'd appreciate this. I came to the sudden realization that Karate Kid is basically just high school karate Rocky.
Yes.
And
Sure.
and then it dawned on me, same director, of course.
Oh yeah, it is, and I think it's Bill Conti. I think it's the same music guy.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's right. Yeah.
Fantastic.
I actually saw that
movies.
movie. I saw Karate Kid for the first time like a year or two ago, and I was like, oh, wow,
So
there's a lot of
the
Rocky
only
similarities
difference to win the Oscar is written by Sylvester Stallone. So that's what
Right.
it takes to win the Oscar there. It's got to have
There
Sylvester
you go.
Stallone writing.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Final email of the show. This comes from I'm sorry, I don't remember who this comes from. But we gotta pick and choose here. All right. Of the following groups of 3 games / series, you can pick one to have a new entry or sequel. However, the 2 you don't pick will
is cruel.
never
I'm looking at this. This
again
is cruel.
get a new entry or sequel. Are we all clear on the rules here?
Yes.
Well, now
Kind
here's
of,
one
yeah.
question I have. Like, for instance, Metal Gear Solid is on this list. I can see it.
Yeah.
Does that mean we get a new proper good Metal Gear Solid, or
Yes.
one within the realm of reality where it's like a Kojima list, current Konami? It's just like we get a good sequel.
Yes, you get the ideal idea of what you want a sequel to be. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh
Okay.
my.
Okay. All right. I will abstain from picking in the interest of time, but the first choice here, gents, Skies of Arcadia, Golden Sun, or Suikoden.
I don't need any of those.
I mean, I like Golden Sun, I like Skies of Arcadia. I would probably go Skies of Arcadia because we got a couple of Golden Sun sequels already. That hurts, but I know there's Suikoden weirdos out there, and I'm
Yeah.
sorry, but Skies of Arcadia.
I'd go Skies because my wife likes it, but none of those games are for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Golden Sun, I would rather have a remaster rather than a new entry. So
Yeah.
I know I said I wasn't picking, but I'll pick Skies
No,
as
yeah,
well.
go ahead, just shout, yeah.
All right. Second round, NBA Jam, NFL Blitz,
What?
Wayne Gretzky, 3D hockey.
How do you choose
Blitz.
between Jam and Blitz?
Yeah.
Because
I
listen,
think
we
I'm gonna
had a pretty much real NBA Jam sequel come out in like 09 or
True.
2010, and
They
they
kinda
tried to
botched
do
that.
it with Blitz, but the NFL fucked it up because you couldn't do the late hits and the stuff that made Blitz. And NBA Street is arguably maybe even better than NBA
Better.
Jam. If we're
Yep.
being serious here,
It is.
So I would say a real deal Blitz. I would take over
too.
anything else.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
I don't
same.
think Wayne Gretzky 3 hockey is not even like the good arcade hockey. So yeah, but by Wayne.
Yeah.
By Wayne.
Yeah. You know
Wayne
what?
Gretzky.
Also,
Who's that guy?
basketball has changed since NBA Jam came out, so it'd just be nothing but a lot of people making like half court threes instead of dunking the ball now.
Yeah, you're right. And really, this should be Blitz the League. Give us the new Blitz the League. That's what we really
Lovely,
There we go.
lovely.
Is Lawrence Thomas alive?
Well, no, I would have known his name had you not said Lawrence Thomas.
He fought Bam Bam Bigelow at WrestleMania in the main event.
Thomas is that?
How do you not remember him?
Lawrence
LT.
Okay. No, yeah. Is
He was in Blitz the League. He was the poster child.
Is that his name though? I feel like it's Lawrence Taylor. Thank you. Yes,
Lawrence
thank you.
Taylor.
Yes.
Lawrence Taylor. Yeah,
You
yeah.
caused my brain to begin skipping, and I'm like Lawrence Thomas. That's not right. Guy, sorry.
All right. Metal Gear Solid, Ape Escape, Burnout.
Jesus.
It's got to be
Burnout.
Metal Gear.
No.
You don't want
I'm
another
gonna-
Metal Gear?
No,
You're
I
done?
want Kojima to do whatever his weird thing is. We have filled in every gap of that story. I'm good with Metal Gear.
You
I
know
don't
why
need-
the
what else
arm is
you gonna
haunted
do?
or whatever? Yeah.
Yeah, let Kojima do something new. Even if it's risky, even if it's something that I don't love right away, like Death Stranding, because I just feel like even with 5, it was like, God damn it, how many more big boss games do we need? And what else is there to do with Solid Snake? Like that
Yeah.
story has had a very severe conclusion. We don't need more of that. Whereas Burnout, I don't think there's anything quite like, I love Forza Horizon, but Burnout's Burnout, and we haven't had one of those in a
Criterion
while.
has just been stuck in the Need for Speed ghetto forever now. I'd like them to make Burnout for real. I've never played much Ape Escape. I maybe I should, but I haven't.
Make mine Ape Escape.
Okay. Yeah,
There's no bad choice here.
there's no bad
Yeah.
choice.
Oh my God, this next one.
All right. I wish we had Tam around for this. Well, I mean, I think we'd all know Tam's answer anyway.
Yeah, we do.
Bloodborne, Titanfall, or Fez?
Titanfall.
Titanfall. Yeah.
All good.
I like Bloodborne.
Fez has a very good showing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it showed everything that it had.
Yeah,
And it's good and
it's
it's
a
done.
singular experience, right?
Yeah.
Like it should just kind of be that one thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, Titanfall 2's campaign is so good. I need more of that.
The whistle tips have returned.
No, that was my child has discovered a tin whistle. I'm actually going to go take this away from her. I'll be right back.
While Grub takes music away from his children, I was watching a musical recently where someone pulled out a train whistle, and I was like, "That's the best instrument in the world." Train whistles are just great. That
Is that
and
the same as a
slide
recorder?
whistles. No, like a train whistle
No.
is like the
The
blocky
little
one.
slide thing.
Yeah.
Oh no, there's
No,
like
that's a
made out
slide
of wood.
whistle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Train whistle
Yeah.
is the blocky
Yeah.
one.
Okay.
All right.
Hoot.
Grub.
Grub,
is-
what's on your shorts? Grub had designs on his
short
shorts.
check. Short
Grub,
check.
what are those shorts? You got some designs on the bottom of your shorts. What's going on there? Are these
yeah.
licensed shorts?
Yeah, it's Nicola, Ren, and Stippy. I got these at Walmart for $5 the other day.
Look at those thighs.
Hell yeah.
There's that what's his name? The kangaroo guy, whatever.
Rocco?
Rocco, yeah, yes. And then
He's a wallaby.
Chucky. Yeah, and then Hey Arnold and
oh,
the monster
Nicktoons.
guy. Yeah.
Oh, our real monsters. Do you have the guy with the eyeballs?
It's the other guy. It's the red guy.
Okay, yeah.
With the armpit hair. Yep.
Always showing up
Good
my legs on podcast guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good choice. Yeah.
Yeah, those are the pro tags, the shonen pro tags of the
Yes,
anime
exactly.
or the Nickelodeon universe. All right. I'm going to skip through a couple of these. I'm just going to pick and choose what I think would be most entertaining.
Okay.
Mercenaries, Psyops, Shadow Complex.
Mm.
I adore all of these.
I know.
I do think, we have a lot of open world wacky stuff, like, Saints Row and stuff kind of does some of the stuff that I like about Mercenaries, where
Right.
Psyops, just wacky ass powers, and now with physics
Right?
engines being way better,
Yeah.
Psyops now could kick ass.
And I don't
I'm
want
gonna
to. I don't want to think about Orson Scott Card anymore. So Psyops.
Exactly, yeah.
Psyops.
Good shout.
Yep.
Good shout. Yes,
Yeah, Psyops.
Psyops. Dan, have you revisited Psyops recently? I'm curious if it holds up.
I've been meaning to I've had it on my list of things to possibly stream for like 2 years. I really want to play that.
Okay.
That is from that sweet ass like PS2 era Midway where they were just doing some wacky shit, Suffering and Wheelman and Blitz the League. Like, oh man, PS2 Midway is some fun stuff.
God, yeah, that was a what a time to be alive. This one I feel like I know the answer to, but Tamba, Banjo-Kazooie, Okami.
I am Banjo-Kazooie. I am. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think Banjo's the right answer there. I think Tamba is fine, and I never got an Okami. Is my thing, and I really like the Banjo game, so I really do. Well, I like
Okami's really
Banjo
good.
and nuts and bolts.
Okami's awesome. Tamba's fun, but a good new Banjo would be awesome.
Would you want like a proper Banjo or like a nuts and bolts sequel?
I think
Right.
let's do a proper at this point. It's
I
been
want
so
probably
long.
one. Yeah.
Yeah?
I don't even
Okay.
like 2E nearly as much as 1. So like just give me a full-on throwback 3D platformer, collect a bunch of shit. Yeah.
Okay. I'm a
Sure.
wild boy, so I want Tamba, but I wouldn't
There
mind
you
more
go.
Banjo.
You like riding pigs? I get
I
it.
love riding pigs.
Well,
All right, I'm gonna skip a couple here. This is an odd one, so this appeals to me. Sleeping Dogs, Advance Wars, Bully.
Oh
Bully.
man. Yeah.
100% bully.
Yeah.
oh, I
All
think
day.
Bully too, mostly because I don't want Rockstar to go make another Red Dead Redemption. So
Totally.
yeah, Bully.
Make my bully.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sleeping Dogs. That's what a weird one. We're gonna get
It's
an
awesome.
Advance Wars. Just odd in this trio here. God, AEW should make a trios belt instead of a second mid card title.
I thought that's what that trailer is going to be. I was like, oh, here's the trios thing. And it's like, what the fuck? It's just another. Yeah. Okay. Sure.
I love a good trio. Oh my God,
Mm-hmm.
we
They
should.
got so many trios.
They do. We should talk about
That
wrestling
triangle.
very
Give us some
soon.
belts.
Ah,
Yes, we
yeah,
should.
give
Yeah,
Pac
we
a
should.
belt. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Ah,
And let them wrestle blind. They only did that like 1 week.
it was so dumb and
It
great.
was so badass. It was great. Make him Kenshi.
Oh my God. All right. Def Jam, Castlevania, Smash TV.
Castlevania.
Castlevania.
I'm gonna go
Yeah,
Def Jam.
it is Castlevania, but Def Jam, I would be very happy with another Def Jam game.
Sure.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. There are things brewing with Def Jam coming soon to the website.
Excellent.
Let's see. 2 more here. Crazy Taxi, Motorstorm, Contra.
Ooh.
Crazy taxi.
Contra.
Crazy taxi.
Motorstorm. I think I
Contra.
want another Motorstorm.
I haven't thought of Motorstorm in 10 years.
It was good. It was very good.
Crazy Taxi is good, but I don't know.
How would you
Contra.
do
Last
Crazy Taxi
Motorstorm, I
now?
remember. What's that?
How would you do Crazy Taxi now?
I mean, make it look way better. Have some like physics and stuff for like shit you can drive through. A brand new. Yeah, put some more KFCs and Pizza Huts in there. See what the Offspring's up to. Yeah, it's a lot you could do.
Okay. I can't wait
I mean,
for the
do the
ride
same
sharing
gameplay, but
future.
Bigger. Yeah, make it less like straight up just like arcade where it's like every playing is like 2 or 3 minutes. Make more of a like open world or battle royale style.
Yeah,
Oh.
Battle Royale style.
They
They
bring up this idea.
Crazy
Somebody said
Taxi
something
is
about this
doing. Sega is doing another Crazy Taxi, right? That's
I
one
think
of their
that's why people
super
were
games.
talking about it.
We were like, how
Yeah.
could you do
Super
this? And that we
games.
mentioned like a battle royale would work somewhere.
Yeah.
somewhere we did. Yes.
Okay.
That could be fun. Yeah.
You know what? Let's do 2 more here. This one, I think we know what Jess would answer. Silent Hill, Tokyo Jungle, Or Legacy of Kain.
Silent
Hill. Legacy
Sam
of
would
Kain.
answer Legacy of Kain.
Yeah.
I actually don't have fondness for any of these games, and when I played Legacy of Kain, I was like,
Yeah. Silent Hill for me.
Yeah, Jess would
Brand
be
new, fresh
huge
start.
on Legacy of Kain. She's a Canaanite.
Canaanite.
I should try Tokyo Jungle. I hear good things about that all the time.
The animals, they do it.
Someone
Yeah.
whistle again?
She, oh my God, she's upstairs. It's not even a tin whistle. It's one of those straws that has the ridges in it. So when you blow through it, it makes the whistle. And she's 3. So that's like the greatest thing in the world.
Don't teach her that you can whistle with just your lips or your fingers, because then it's just going to happen all the time.
Yeah.
Would you be upset if I get your children 2 train whistles?
I mean, yes, but it's also unavoidable, that kind of thing. So if you got to do what you got to do, I understand.
Think about slide whistles in your house, Jeff Grubb. Think about
so
What's the
Yeah.
noisiest thing I can send to Jeff's house?
like whoopee cushions. Introduce the concept of whoopee cushions to his children.
No, because
You can't rapid fire a whoopee cushion. You have to
that
like
would be
fart,
annoying on
blow it
a
up,
level,
fart.
because yes, they would do the fart, but then they would just be like, "Dad, blow it up, Dad, blow it up," because they're 3 and 5.
Yeah.
They don't know how to do that stuff. So it's like, "Dad, blow it up, Dad, 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 Dad." I'm like, "Okay, God, go away." Yeah,
That's air horns?
That might be
would be
too.
very annoying for
Like
3
a
and
gross
5-year-olds
of
to
air
run that.
horns?
Because they have
Jesus.
no regulation on like sound level when they're doing it, so they'll just run around and it'll
Yeah.
actually cause physical pain to me.
Okay.
There
Okay.
are these like rubber chickens that when you squeeze them and then like when they inhale and then they exhale, it's like
Yeah.
Those
We
are
had
pretty
a couple
great.
of those, and
Oh
they
my
were a
God.
big hit. They were a big hit.
in a
Those are pretty
previous
great.
in a previous life, I had to buy 20 of those, and then I went to go drop them off at the location. I disarmed the alarm that I was supposed to, but then I stepped on like a wooden switch or whatever that sent off a contraption that made 20 more rubber chickens that I had
Were you
purchased
working
previously.
on the Muppet Show? Like, were you like Fozzie Bear? What was happening?
My life is a
Home
Muppet
Alone
Show.
house?
Yeah, okay.
But then, like, as I thought,
Waka
like,
waka.
I ran to the alarm because I thought, like, it was triggering off. But then I just hear, like, I was freaking the hell out. Oh my God.
Sound is really intimidating and scary. Absolutely. Oh my God.
Oh God. And the last trio to select from here is F-Zero, Parappa the Rapper, sorry, and
Right.
Tenchu.
Parappa. It's Parappa.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'd be happy with any of these.
Yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards F-Zero.
Yeah.
Kind of.
I was, but no, F-Zero. Give me F-Zero.
It's
Yeah.
been a minute since like a Parappa, and I feel like
Yeah.
they could do it well now, with especially like
Mhm.
the different like generations of rap that have
I don't-
evolved since then.
There's so much latency
And
in fucking
music games.
LCDs and
music
fucking
games.
OLEDs and shit.
Definitely,
I don't
music
know,
games have gone so much further since what 1997 or whenever the
Right.
first one came out. It wouldn't have to be just
It's
the
cool,
like.
but we
press
got
access
Sekiro
time.
from the same team, so we don't need Tenchu. We got Sekiro. We're good.
Yeah. All right. I think that just about does it for emails. You can send yours.
Thanks for the emails, everybody.
Thanks
Yeah.
for the emails.
Yeah.
Send them to bombcast@giantbomb.com. What's happening this week? A bunch of stuff is happening this week. We've alluded to this a bunch. But we're going to try, and it's like I feel like 99.9 going to happen now. A quick look live of TMNT Shredder's Revenge with 6 people, 6 lovely faces. Arcade Pit is happening tomorrow. Another episode of Jeff's Bizarre Adventure. I believe there's another albumer in the can ready to go. Jeff, Grubb, we got good game mess mornings popping off the rest of the week, correct?
Yeah, that's right. We got one coming Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Let me see if I can remember. I think Lucy's on Wednesday, you're on Thursday, and Tam is on Friday.
Who's on
there's
first,
your cast. Yeah, who's on first? And I got to get in the habit of like figuring out who's going to be on the following week, and we'll figure that out.
We'll
eventually.
put it
But
on
yeah.
Asana. Lucy will be
We'll
super
put it on
jazzed.
Saturday. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of news tomorrow. We will likely be talking about that the Xenoblade the Chronicles Direct.
Yeah.
So look out for that.
Check out
we
the
also-
neon white quick look that went up during this broadcast here.
Yes,
Yep.
yes. A couple other quick looks getting primed and ready to go in the can. Dan, we're going to work on a Sonic one.
We'll see on that one because it's like I feel like I'll play a little bit more, but just the discussion we had here, it's like I kind of feel like you get it. So if we have time, we'll get to that Sonic one, but that's low on the priority list. But keep an eye out, possibly.
Yeah, maybe we'll. Go ahead, Grub.
I was gonna say if we don't do that one, it's just because we're doing another quick look for a different game that we're more excited about. That's what it is.
Prioritize. I was going to record Sonic today, but then Neon White.
Yeah,
let's prioritize that. So
maybe we'll just bring it to the first half of UPF because in the second half of UPF this week, we're gonna try and do like a big. God, Jess was so annoyed this morning. I couldn't for the life of me remember the name of this game. I kept saying Fall Guys, but Fall Guys.
Yes, it's hard. For some reason, it falls on my brain too. But Fall Guys, it's we're gonna try to get everyone and do custom games on UPF. So
cool.
If you want to play along, make sure you have it downloaded. It's going to be crossplay now, but you probably will need to be signed up for an Epic account and stuff like that because that's how this stuff works. So just make sure you've crossed all your T's and dotted all your I's. And we'll be reminding you because it's going to be the second half of UPF, but we are going to be doing that.
Yes.
Get like 60 people in there or whatever it takes. And
let's open that bad boy up. We'll also this Friday have the finale and the return of Run to the Hills, scheduling stuff and whatnot. But now that's going to return. And yeah, I think that's just about it. Bombcast will be next week as per usual. A bunch of stuff popping off. We put out a schedule yesterday. Most of that stuff is going to go out. And yeah, always check out the website, you little freaks. I say that with reverence. I want people to know.
We love you, freaks.
Reverence.
The greatest of intentions.
Yes. Like, who's the wrestler that calls people his freaks?
Well, there's Scott Steiner. His freaks and his peaks.
Yes.
Of course. Yes.
Scott Steiner has. Go ahead, Grub.
I was gonna say, you guys ever watch that video of where it's the animated version of him talking about the math problem or whatever?
The chalkboard with the of course.
Yeah, Mike Minotti's brother is the one who edited that video and did that.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
lovely.
That's a lot of editing, a lot of text editing. Yeah.
Yes, Scott Steiner hasn't addressed his freaks in a while, so we have now taken over his freaks, and they're our freaks.
We've adopted the freaks of Scott Steiner.
He was disappointingly calm backstage at the Hall of Fame. I was back there in catering, just like looking at Scott Steiner, like, oh, he's gonna say something weird, and he was just very polite and quiet.
Yeah. Maybe we should start wearing chainmail for fashion.
Mm-hmm. And even at Shoney's, he closed his Shoney's down. That's a shame.
All right,
we could all buy tigers. Put out workout DVDs. We're just throw logs around. Yeah.
Well, I mean, maybe not buy tigers. Maybe like.
You can rent them or something.
You can rent a tiger, right?
Yeah, like TaskRabbit. Yeah.
Yep. TaskRabbit a tiger, everybody. Don't actually do that, but we'll see you next week for another episode of the Giant Bombcast. Mike's will still be live.
The Giant Bombcast is hosted and live produced by Jan Ochoa, with support from Jeff Grubb, Dan Reichert, Jess O'Brien, Lucy James, Tamor Hussein, Jason A. Stryker, Matthew Rory, and me, Jeff Bacalar. Our theme music is provided by Tom Monda. Our logo is designed by Dave Schopenek, and you can find him online with the handle @Dave Saved the Day. Justin Vachon is our sweet little art boy. And thank you so much for listening. Of course, a kiss on the cheek to you at home.